Hello, everybody. It's Roll Friends at Monday Madness, and welcome to this latest episode of GrapsWatch, a podcast about the very unprofessional world of professional wrestling. And well, Christmas has very much come early for wrestling fans because it is Wrestlemania season. It is where everything culminates into one massive party seemingly. Although this year might be a little bit different for a multitude of reasons because we are doing our WrestleMania preview and it's all about the heat as we're trying to figure out what are the top views going into the show and what are we hoping for from each of the matches. So that is the bulk of our show this week. Alongside that, we're going to be also discussing our favorite WrestleManias and how did they scale up with the one that we're going to be experiencing this weekend in Vegas. What is this current WrestleMania missing compared to those blockbusters that we're going to be talking about? And with everything, we're going to be talking about our top graps and seeing who is scaling up to be the most interesting wrestlers going into the show. And of course, we will review this on our next episode when we are doing our debrief about WrestleMania. But for now, let's start off the show for the first time, I think, with a round of creative control. We're starting off this episode this week with a double round of creative control because we are going to be talking about the big show, not Paul White, but the actual big show for the majority of the night. But we do have other business to get on to first, particularly in the mirror universe. So we're going to get dealt with that first and get all that stuff out of the way. We have two pay-per-views to review tonight, which is AEW Dynasty and TNA Rebellion. But before we get there, there is a little bit of movement in terms of the Raw Tag Team division. There has been a change of ownership of the World Tag Team titles, and it is now the Motor City Machine Guns holding the title after a three-way battle between the Street Profits, who are the defending champions, and the Alpha Academy. So we now have new tag team champions on that. No official matches yet made for Mania, so perhaps that's something for Creative Control to determine, as we are now very much close to the big date itself. So without further ado, let's get stuck in then to our first round of Creative Control. First of all, Dave, did you enjoy AEW Dynasty? I presume you watched it in your own time.
The majority I liked.
Yeah.
It was a 7.5 out of 10 for me.
Okay, that's fair. That's not too bad.
The booking wasn't great. I mean, I spent the whole of last year, I suppose, was spoiled with the consistency of AEW pay-per-views where, okay, yes, there were way too many matches on the card. I understand he wants to get everyone booked on the card.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to drop people off. He doesn't seem to be the type of booker that does that. But the majority of the matches that I wanted to see were fantastic.
That's good.
I mean, you look at MJF's entrance, his match, and his post-match interview. Masterpiece. Like, that guy is just the second you think he can't elevate or reinvent himself anymore, he goes and does it. And same with Kenny Omega, done a great job. Kenny Omega's he put in a performance last night that was kind of gave us a little bit of a classic Kenny Omega style, NJPW Kenny Omega style.
Yeah.
And Mox v Osprey we won't talk about because It's not everyone likes the flippy flippy.
Healthy
Boy.
debate in the group
So
chat is what we'll put that down to.
May I
yeah, I
may I
think
state on the record, boing?
yeah, you may, and that will be taken on board. No, but
Yes.
ultimately, I would have preferred Osprey to have beaten Mox purely because if they're trying to build him up to All In for that world title match against MJF, then give him a mid card title to run with in the meantime. Give him that
Mm.
little bit of a slow build from now up until All In. And that's why I was a little disappointed that Mox retained.
Yeah, that's fair.
FTR can fuck off. I don't like FTR. They're boring as fuck. They've been the same for far too long. And the only reason I would have had Edge and Christian win was because just be that transitional tag team champion that can then put over the next, big tag team.
Yeah, that's a fair
Um,
assessment. That's a fair
yeah,
assessment.
that's all I'll say on
Yeah,
on
good
Dynasty.
stuff. Well, so let's see how then your Mirror Universe equivalent panned out. So we're starting off, our opening contest is for the international title. Kota Ibushi, who is a defending champion, against his tag team partner as of late, Kazuchika Okada.
Ooh, very nice. Very Japanese.
Very tasty. So who wants first dibs
Very
on
evil.
that?
I'm gonna go the Rainmaker.
You're going for Okada, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
instinct says Okada. Yeah, go on.
Okay. So you're both going for title change to start off the show, and
Yeah.
you would both be correct. We do have a new
Yes.
international champion, and the Rainmaker is now on the board with a title in AEW. So good stuff there.
Bitch.
Continuing on with the mid-card titles, the TBS Championship is now on the line
Yep.
under submission rules. Defending champion Marina Shafir against Julia Hart.
I'm going
Has to be.
Shafir. If it's a submission match, I'm going.
It has to be, but I need to divert eventually. I don't think I'll do it on this one. Yeah, Shafir, go on.
Okay, we're both aligned again, and you are both correct again.
Yeah,
It's two apiece.
no
Shafir retains,
fucking way.
by of course tapping out Julia Hart.
Unless maybe via some spooky nonsense. And
Potentially.
did you notice? Did you notice,
Unconfirmed.
Jonathan? I didn't say spooky other stuff. I didn't curse because it's only the start of the video.
Yeah, you know how the 6 minute rule works. I appreciate that. I love as well that you trusted me not to curse in the intro, which I now have to factor in before when we're finished recording here tonight. So, next up then is under Extreme Rules, Hardcore Rules, Dealer's Choice, whatever you want to call it. Cope and Christian versus the Young Bucks.
My heart says Copeland Christian. My head says Super Kick Party.
Whatever one you pick, I'm picking the opposite because I actually couldn't. I couldn't.
That's
split
where the
them.
divergence begins. Okay.
Yeah, I can't split it. They both make sense, and if we're playing against the robots, yeah, all are viable. So yeah, whatever one you pick,
I'm gonna go
opposite.
Young Bucks.
Cool.
I'm gonna go Young Bucks.
I'll go C and C.
You're going for C and C. So, in this case, it is C and C who picked up the win. So, Cope and Christian
Hey,
victorious, and
thank
Brian,
God.
you are now in the lead. And next up then is for the Women's Championship, a no-holds-barred match between Toni Storm and Ruby Soho.
Tony Storm all day long.
Really, I fucking love Ruby Soho. So go on, Ruby Soho.
You're going for Ruby Soho, right? And so
Ruby Soho.
That's the only
Ruby
reason. Yeah,
Soho.
Taz got her over for me.
Destination unknown. Ruby Ruhu Soho. Unfortunately, she did not win this match, I'm afraid. Brian, so Toni Storm retained. So you're back level on 3 apiece. So next up then, for the tag team titles, the new champions of Authors of Pain in the first defense against the Guns.
Oh, if it's a fucking first defense, I would doubt it. Yeah, go on. The Authors of Lame.
Yep. Authors of Pain.
You're
so,
both going
They're
for
my
the Authors
guys.
of
I
Pain.
put them in there.
they're so bad.
And this is true, actually. This is actually your fault. Well, it's also your fault. They lost the tag team championships. The Guns are the new AEW tag team champions.
Yes, guns up.
They literally, let the record show, the Authors of Pain lasted a month with the tag team
It
championships.
was a fucking month too long.
That was a month too long, agreed. Okay then, we have 2 matches left now, lads, and it's still 3 apiece. So, next up for the TNT Championship, the defending champion, again, also recently a champion, Adam Cole versus Konosuke Takeshita. I always have trouble with that name, but Takeshita.
I'm going to Takeshita.
Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole, baby.
Okay, we have a split. Right, and
bring the boom.
And we have a new TNT champion.
Shower of bastards.
Takeshita is the new TNT champion, which means, Dave, you're in the lead going into the main
Konsuke
event.
Takeshita, baby.
Yeah, excellent choice. Every time I go with who I actually like, I'm wrong. So yeah. I still love Chug. Look, I love Chugs. I'm always gonna pick him. He's such a fucking lovely person.
Yep, that's unfortunately playing favorites doesn't work in this game apparently.
Yeah.
And then finally, in your main event of AEW Dynasty for the World Championship, last man standing rules between the defending champion MJF and Brody King.
Brody King. Kill him dead.
Oh,
Kill him dead.
I'm gonna put it win or lose. I'm gonna go MJF.
MJF, right?
Win or lose. This is where it's gonna either draw or I'm gonna take it home.
Yeah.
Okay then. And it has been a night of title changes. And tonight has been no different. We have a new AEW World Champion, and it's Brody King. Yeah. Brody King is your new AEW World Championship.
Right. I'm using my creative control. He's sacked. I would take vacant. Vacant is my new champion.
Time Warner has stepped in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry, you're too
AOL
liberal for it to be a world
doesn't
champion.
want wrestling on its network anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, AEW is officially gone underground. So that ended up a draw, lads. 4 apiece. So you both get half creative control. We'll come back to that in a moment.
Great, we're half.
So
love it.
Next up then is TNA Rebellion.
I'm happy to put the half on the line for this one.
Oh,
just to go for full creative control.
Double or nothing.
Yeah, let's go for it. Make it spicy.
Dave, do you want to go double or nothing?
I accept.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing double or nothing. I love it. I love when you measures. I love when you two get feisty like this. It's all very exciting.
Also, it's a great pay-per-view.
It is a very good pay-per-view. We definitely will not be reviewing it later sometime in the future. Okay, so our first match then on TNA Rebellion is for the Knockouts Championship.
Cool.
The champion Steph DeLander defending against Fallon Henley.
I don't know any of these people. I like the second person's name more.
Steph DeLander, please.
Okay, so Brian is going for Fallon Henley, and Dave is going for Steph DeLander, and obviously we already have a split. And it is Dave who is leading, as Steph DeLander has retained her Knockouts Championship.
I have no idea what any of those words mean.
So, next up then, for the Women's Tag Team Championships, the Inspiration, formerly the Iconics, of course, versus the team of Kiana James and Kalani Jordan.
Can't pick anyone but the Iconics. Everyone else is dead to me. I love the Iconics. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. I'm gonna piss all of this.
I'm going with Kiani and Kalani. I'm going with the
You're going for double K's. Okay. Yeah, that's
only double.
It's more like KJ2. Like
sure.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
Squared.
KJ2 squared. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that works. KJ squared. So again, another split in the room. And this time we have new tag team champions. The team of KJ Squared has beaten the Inspiration. So Dave, you're now 2 up
I hate my decision making and I hate mathematics.
Is that not 2.5?
No.
Yeah. I'll add the 0.5 from the last one. Yeah, go on.
Well, no, because it's more so like you get so whoever wins this gets to do 2 changes
winner takes
as
it.
opposed to
cool.
that's what we're talking about here. Yeah, it doesn't roll over.
It's not the Euro Millions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jesus Christ, the Euro night. So next up then is what I've coined the Monsters Brawl, another TNA staple. So Fatal 4-Way, Eric Rowan,
right,
Brian Cage,
right,
Moose, and Baron Corbin.
So only one of them doesn't have a beard.
Correct. I don't know if that factors into your equation, Dave, at all, but do your best on that one.
The Monsters Brawl, sponsored by Manscaped.
I'm gonna go to Moose.
You're going for Moose and
the bald, beardless
Bishop fucking hairdryer. Go on.
Bison. I don't know. I thought B words. Anyway,
Moose, one of the actually most flawless professional wrestlers that have ever been in my physical presence. What a specimen.
Indeed. So, so just to confirm, Dave, you're going for Moose, and Brian, are you sticking with Bishop Dyer, or are you switching?
Give me the Lone Wolf. Yes.
You're going for the Lone Wolf. Okay, then. Well, we do have a winner, and the winner of this year's Monsters Brawl is Moose. Moose Abutis Hoos won the Monsters Brawl this year. So, We'll see what happens with him then in the future.
Mr.
Next up,
Winegums, let's go.
Yes.
yeah, so it's 3-0 at the moment. So this is gonna have to be a comeback of a lifetime for Brian here.
Oh, I'll come all over your back.
Well, take me out to dinner first. I
Back
think.
shots.
Next up then is for the X Division title, Mustafa Ali defending his championship against Mike Santana.
Mike Santana.
Fuck off, Mike Santana. Ali all day long. Come on.
You're going for Ali, okay then. And on this occasion, winning by submission is defending champion Mustafa Ali. So Brian, you were on the
Comeback
board.
is on.
The comeback is on. No pressure, Dave. No pressure at all. So
I'm better than Justin Timberlake ever was.
Well, don't call it a comeback yet. So, next up then is a 6-man tag match. The Rascals versus the team of James Drake, Zach Gibson, and Giovanni Vinci.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Anything with Gibson. I
Yeah,
really,
Gibson and Vinci.
really,
Yeah.
really want.
Let's go.
Man.
Gibson and Vinci. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gibby Vinci.
But I want to win, so I have to pick the Rascals.
Okay then. So you're going, Brian. You go for Rascals. You're going for Rascals, and Dave, are you sticking with the
I'm going for Gibby Vinci. Yep.
All right then. Well, Brian, you will be counting your lucky stars. You switched because the Rascals won this match. It is 2-3.
It's all business now. It's all business.
It is all
the
serious
Rascals
business.
are fucking great though. They cut such a cool promos. I love them. They're fucking stone mad.
Indeed. So we have 2 matches left on the card. Next one is for the tag team titles, and it's a ladder match for it, no less. It is a rematch from the last TNA pay-per-view, so it is a system versus the team of Noam Dar and Oro Mensah.
Okay.
Metaphor.
Who of the system or is the same?
It's the same team, so it's Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers.
Eddie Edwards. I'm going with the system. Thank you.
It has to be them. I can't see the other lads winning. So yeah, go on.
Yeah, you're both going for the system, and you are both correct. We do still have the same tag team champions as last time, so it's 3-4. So again, Brian, you are 1 behind here, so all you can do is draw level, which means we'd probably have to go to fucking penalties at this stage. So for our main event, for the TNA World Championship in a steel cage, is Cesaro versus Nick Nemeth.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Cesaro.
I have to pick Nemeth, so yeah.
You're gonna have to pick Nick Nemeth.
Yeah.
You were being forced into the decision. You don't like it, but you have to go along with it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you did, because Nick Nemeth is a new TNA World Champion.
We are 4-4. We are
4-4 again. These two literally cannot be separated.
Cannot. They just can't separate us, Dave.
1 point each.
Indeed.
1 creative point.
So yeah,
each.
1 creative control each. Yeah.
We can do it that way if you want to, or if you want to go double or nothing, I can pick a random match from any given episode of TV.
Yes, gambling. Come on, gambling. Dave, just think how much you could fuck over Aaron if you get double creative control.
So all I will say is just be sure to go to gambleaware.co.uk if you in any way feel like this is
when it stops
encouraging
being
you to gamble.
When it stops being fun, stop. But also, let's gamble.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very
Let's do what
appropriate
the
use of
betting
the own
companies
voice there,
do.
by the way. I appreciate
Gamble
that.
aware, but take our money and slap it on your shorts and your jerseys and your.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, we're going with double or nothing here, right? So I'm going to pick a match from Raw.
Cool.
And it has been one of the feuds that has been brewing under the radar. Looks like it is going to be on the card for WrestleMania, but not confirmed yet. It is a tag team match between the Judgment Day, represented this time by Finn Balor and JD McDonough, against the Dudleys.
Oh, fuck, it has to be the Dudleys. There's no way they're coming back and not winning.
Hang on now. Right.
Has to be.
We're doing a coin toss to decide who goes first.
Fair.
With their decision.
Heads.
So, Brian, I had you as heads. So, you state your claim for the Dudleys. Do you want to stick with it?
Yes.
So, you're going for the Dudleys.
All aboard the logic train.
That means that, Dave, are you satisfied to go with the Judgment Day?
Si, senor.
And with that, with a double round of creative control, I believe for the first time, after the Dudleys won against the Judgment Day, is Mr. Brian Maxwell. You are on the board. You get 2 twists of creative control. After all that emotion. The comeback was, in fact, successful.
Devon, get me the fucking table.
Now, so
thanks.
You have two twists of creative control this week.
I have to, just before we do that, Bubba Ray Dudley never said thank you for Devon getting the tables. Cop yourself on, Bubba. Now, sorry, John.
Says more about him, to be honest with you. He's actually this is genuinely the worst thing about him.
Never said thank you.
Never said thank you. No, ungrateful bastard. What
So,
prick?
what can I do? I'm very excited, but also very confused. What am I
Check
doing?
who's still on the NXT roster and fucking call them up. Continue the train.
Yeah.
So yes, so this is basically where you get to decide. You get to change one thing in the mirror universe. Well, actually, in this case, you get to change two things in the
I
mirror
guess it was
universe.
two.
So yeah,
Okay.
well, so we are in WrestleMania season. If there's a WrestleMania match you want to put on, we can arrange it. I will say that the WrestleMania card at the moment is a fatal four-way for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship between Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley, and Omos being the Royal Rumble winner,
Yeah.
and Bobby Lashley win the Elimination Chamber. Solo Sikoa
Faction
is the
war.
defending champion.
Faction wars.
Yes. We have on the
Okay.
SmackDown side, we've got CM Punk versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship.
Right.
And the SmackDown Women's Championship is a triple threat between Becky Lynch, Michelle McCool, and Alex Windsor. Michelle McCool win the Rumble, Alex Windsor winning the Elimination Chamber.
Okay. I really don't want Michelle McCool there. Can she go away, please?
Well, she will be the Rumble winner, so I think that's only reasonable that she will at least be
No,
represented.
I want to get run over by a car.
That
by
that is outside my remit as general manager.
In storyline, please. Okay, fine. I'll go a different route with it. Can I make any of the matches gimmick matches?
You can. I normally
Cool.
kind of select the gimmick matches sometimes at random, depending on the
Yeah.
situation. But if you have a particular match you want on the card, I can certainly
Yeah.
arrange it.
The fan in me wants to see Kevin Owens in a ladder match because he's fucking crazy.
Okay, so the CM Punk versus Owens will be a ladder match.
Will be a ladder match.
Okay, that's your first
And
decision of creative control.
I want there to be a special guest referee
Okay.
in the other main event.
In the Raw main event.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would be happy for that to be played into storyline or other rivals or anything like that.
Okay.
Or if you want to bring back a legend and just throw them in there for funsies, but I just think, yeah, I could see them needing more enforcement because it's faction wars. They need an enforcer there.
I can give you two choices, right?
Coolies? Yeah.
It's because both of them are in factions. So if you want a special guest referee for the Fatal Four Way,
Yep.
you have two choices. One, you can have Jacob Fatu because he is aligned with Solo Sikoa.
Correct.
Or you can have MVP.
Okay.
So it really depends on which way you want to favor. Do you want to favor the bloodline or do you want to favor the Hurt Business?
You're gonna learn a lot about me right now. Fuck the bloodline.
Wow, okay, so we're going for MVP then.
The Hurt Business never got their fair fucking shake.
Right? It is settled. MVP is the special guest referee for the Raw main event of WrestleMania. Talk about over fucking booked, and I love it.
Yes. I am
Bear in mind, by the way,
very happy.
Aaron's clause from last week's episode was that if Roman Reigns will go back to NXT if he doesn't win the World Championship in this match, right?
Yeah.
And whoever gets pinned in that match also goes down to NXT. So it's entirely possible the full bloodline will be on the developmental brand. Although in fairness, it is a third brand at WWE at this stage, so it's only fair. So yeah, watch this space when it comes to WrestleMania. This is getting very, very tasty. It also means that the majority of the card is going to be decided by the universe. So we should see there's a lot of people that are unattached here. So there could be some dream matches set up here. But enough about that. Let's talk about the real WrestleMania as we move on then to the main event of our show. So I thought what would be very interesting to do, because again, this is our kind of typical WrestleMania preview pod that you are going to hear to fucking death over the week. So I thought we'd do something different. Instead of predicting how it's going to go and predicting the results and what we think or what we're expecting, I want to discuss what we've seen so far and what's got us attracted, what's got us hooked into this WrestleMania, apart from it just being another WrestleMania. What's actually drawing us in here? So, what I have here, I have the two match cards in front of me for night 1 and night 2, and I'm going to ask us all to give us heat ratings for each one, and we're going to do this on a scale. Sure. So we're going to do a Simpson style, where it's like, 1 chili is mild and 5 chilies is Ned Flanders, 2 hot for Ned Flanders, that sort of stuff.
Can we call it ring bell dings?
We use whatever term you want.
when they do that, like someone does a run in, they're going ding 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 ding.
Yeah, that works.
I will get 5
You
dings.
want to go off? So we'll use dings as the currency.
Yeah,
as opposed to
yeah.
slice. I like that. That's good. That's good. Okay. Yeah, let's work with that then. So this will be kind of a straw poll. So we'll all pick our kind of random number, scale to 1 to 5. So starting off then, let's go with Stephanie Vicker versus Liv Morgan. How many dings are we expecting on that one?
3.
I'd say fucking 2 for me. I see. This is the thing. I'm very lapsed. I am a YouTube fan. I'll tell. I can give you that caveat. So if it hasn't made it to me, I haven't seen. That hasn't populated for me. I do not watch week to week. I am literally a WrestleMania fan. I pop up for the big four, and if anything, and if it isn't Danhausen, I don't give a shit. But there's been nothing to it. All the discourse I see about it and everything I've seen passively through other people's opinions is meh. Match is probably going to be a banger.
Music video today. She released a music video today. That's what made it to me so far.
Nah, hasn't been. Look, 2. Give him 2 dings.
2 dings. Do you know what? I'm gonna go with 3 dings on that one. I think I'm with Dave on this one. I think there is a little bit of heat to it. I think there is some. They've had very little time to build the feud, but they've been very, very good with the time. So that would go for 3 dings altogether then for Liv Morgan and Vicar. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre.
4. I am pumped for this match.
3. I know they're doing good work, but
the promos, the vignettes that Drew's been doing, Jacob's really come into his own on the mic as well. He's really brought a lot more personality to his character. I think it's been I was really dreading this build up and this feud because I was like, oh, Drew just lost the title. I was like, now he's going to feud with fucking Jacob. Wasn't looking forward to it, but they've completely switched him around. The work that they've been doing is phenomenal.
Well, they've nothing else. Like Drew,
but make the most of what you do.
Drew's a master of turning fucking chicken shit into fucking KFC. Like, and I'm fucking tired of him having to do that, and I'm frustrated that he's wearing. I'm only annoyed at it because gives a fuck about who has the title. Like he had the title and it was going the way it was going, but. He's fucking great, like, so yeah.
That's part of my assessment of this feud as well. So I actually have it down for 2. So actually that balances out to be 3 then between the 3 of us. And the reason I'm like that is because this feud kind of feels like a consolation prize for Drew McIntyre. Like he was ultimately meant to be the main event for WrestleMania, and for whatever reasons they thought that the Rhodes and McIntyre match was not going to work, that they had to change.
Harry Emanuel.
We'll get to him in a minute. And it's very much a case where like they really screwed him over here. And I think like ultimately this is only going to be like at the very basic level of catharsis for Drew. I don't think he's even going to win the match. I think this is actually trying to get Jacob Fatu over.
They're going to steal the fucking show.
Yeah,
I hope so. I really hope so.
They're gonna. That's the game. Is go out and steal the show. And if they're not going to steal the show, he's going to get Jacob over.
Yes,
even
which
more.
I think is the intent, really.
When has Drew not stolen the show? The Hell in a Cell match against Punk, masterpiece. The triple threat between Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew, masterpiece. This will be another clinic with Drew. Yeah. Not from a wrestling point of view necessarily, but from a storytelling point of view, this is going to hit every fucking marker.
Yep, absolutely.
Then he'll go away, film Highlander, and I will have so much content to appreciate. In my bisexual glory, that big slab of Angus beef.
Exactly. Next up then, so we have our kind of token celebrity buy-in of the show, which is the Vision and IShow Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight.
Can they do half a ding?
Can they miss zero?
The only reason I'm giving half a ding is because I'm praying that something happens to IShow Speed similar to the Braun Breaker spear.
But to be told, like I think like
and I'm thinking to get it framed.
It says a lot where like he probably is like the best wrestler of the 6 and is the best believer of kayfabe. Like I'll be perfectly honest with you, the Usos put me to sleep when they're wrestling. They are the WWE equivalent of the Young Bucks, and unfortunately, LA Knight's like kind of luster for me is kind of worn off. I guess it's not necessarily his fault. It's just that he's booked really badly.
Booking matters. Booking matters. Presentation matters.
Yeah. And of course,
slipping on fucking top ropes matter.
That's another part of it as well.
But that's when there's an automatic association. that we always have. We've a Pavlovian response to acts, to
Yeah.
performers. And you say jelly roll, I say fucking what? You say I show speed, and I go, I hope he gets murdered again. You say the
Yeah.
Usos, and you think, oh man, I love them in the Uso penitentiary, and then nothing has developed since. And LA Knight had all the fucking momentum, and it just
Yeah, I
Well,
think that's the
that's not
problem
even
of it as
down to
well. Yeah,
him. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then who else? Who else there? LA Knight,
and the
Usos.
Usos. Yeah,
in division.
I could give a fucking
No,
shite.
nobody cares.
yeah,
Couldn't
Like,
give a shite.
I understand why they're doing it, because if you look at Logan Paul, you're looking at 500 million odd subscribers across all social platforms, maybe
Yeah.
even a billion. You look at iShowSpeed, you're talking about another 400 million subscribers across all platforms. It makes sense from an eyes on product point of view to have them involved. I get it. I totally get it. I
Yeah.
hate them, but I totally.
the new-
I don't hate iShowSpeed. He's
Hate
built
what he
himself up from nothing.
represents. Yeah,
Yeah.
like fair play to him, and Jesus, he's a mogul. Fair fucking play to him. But they're the new Cyndi Lauper.
Yes. Oh yeah, and WrestleMania's always had that.
You know?
WrestleMania's always had the time with the
And it's great.
mainstream, and that's the whole idea.
And it's grand. And look, we are not the demographic. We are not the age bracket.
Mm.
We are not there. And it's just like, all right, fair enough. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly. It's not for us. That's ultimately what this is. It's not for us.
It's the sneaker crowd match. Does
Yeah.
that make sense to everybody?
Yes, it
Oh,
does.
wow.
It really, really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you're if you're hollow inside and you're all materialistic, you'll love this match because
Yeah, if you just paid $4,000, $4.5 for a pair of Jordans that you're never going to wear and keep in a vault.
if you fall
you're
into
going
the
to
true
slap the
evils of
snap back
capitalism,
on. Yeah, you're going to put that snap back on, and you're going to be like, yeah, I know my man. I show speed. I don't want
Exactly,
this
yeah,
guy to
yeah.
win, and that's your crowd for that match.
yeah, exactly. And like I said, that is literally for clips. It's literally for socials. It's going to be run-ins galore. It's going to be people tie-ins. That's what it's for. So, power to them. But I will be at the bar, drinking too much beer. So, next up then is AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental
Zero.
Championship. Yeah, I am
yeah.
really cold on this match as well, to be honest. Very
Zero.
cold. And
Like,
that's the shameful thing to say about Becky.
I'll give
unfortunately.
it, as is evident in the future conversation we're going to be having, I'll give it a 2 for both competitors.
Yeah, and
But-
that narrows it to 1. I was at 1, so that kind of
They've-
narrows it
they've-
down then.
They've
Yeah.
blown it. Now, hopefully they put on a good enough match and they can do
This
something out
needed
of
to
it.
be a gimmick match. This needed to be a gimmick match. They've already had one where AJ's won. They need this to be a gimmick match where Becky can take the title back.
Yeah.
So
Jerry, welcome to the show. So I'll bring you up to speed what we've done so far and what we're currently chatting about. So we've done the Mirror Universe stuff at the start of the show, so you don't have to worry about that sort of thing, which is great because we were doing AEW and TNA. So what we're doing is we're doing heat ratings for all the feuds for our WrestleMania Night 1 and 2. So think of it like the Simpsons kind of like five chili fire alarm for the whatever has the maximum heat is 5. Well, we're calling it 5 dings, and like no heat is 0 essentially. So to bring you up to speed, seeing that you just jumped in, Jerry, we have a heat rating of 3 for both Vaquera and Morgan and Fatu and McIntyre. Would you agree with those heat ratings?
Yeah, I'd say a 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
solid.
yeah.
Bit of home to it. Yeah,
Nice middle of the road. Yeah,
that's good. And then
we have to be careful because Dave is just going to shit all over it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, you just missed that bit, so he's all good. If anything, he was actually quite looking forward to McIntyre, and I think that's because he's
Oh,
played.
absolutely.
Yeah. So was his
fucking
cat
love that
apparently,
man.
who's just buffing it.
Oh, fuck! Did
Fucking love that
everyone
man.
just see that? A wig
Yeah.
just went past the camera.
Yeah,
Drew McIntyre is in the building.
yeah.
That's
That was
what
that was
happens.
his, that was his sparring.
my
He
hair
just walked past
escaped,
there.
and
That-
my hair was on my head. Now it's escaped. It's growing. It's kind
That's
of
it.
like Snake's hair in The
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Yeah,
Well,
Dave has
well,
unfortunately been
yeah.
invaded by tribbles. Is what's happened there. So, so yes, for the other 2 matches, then we were just talking about was Division and IShowSpeed Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight. We have to add a 0.5 ding. So, yeah, going by Jerry's
have to.
expression, I think that's fair. And then AJ Lee and Becky, we only have it 1, which I think is almost like treacherous, but I think that's only fair. So
A 1.
yeah,
A 1, yeah.
Come
I
on.
think AJ Lee's schedule, putting the Irish pride aside, right? AJ Lee's schedule has fucked this storyline up because they've not been able to consistently build on it. She's been there for 1 week, missing for 2 or 3, there for 1 week, and they can't build the storyline for Mania around that schedule.
And in
Becky's
fairness,
tried
like,
her
the feud
best.
was intended to give AJ Lee the win in Chicago, so she'll presumably lose it then at Mania, which I think is the right thing to do. To
Becky, God bless her, has tried. She has tried so hard to keep this fucking heart pumping, but she can only do so much on her own. I don't see AJ Lee doing
But
fucking anything
if it
outside the
hadn't
fucking
been
ring.
done, it's been done already. You just saw it.
Yeah,
Doing the
exactly.
cage, doing
It's
a Hell in a
just-
Cell, doing
yeah.
something.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly.
And I gave it 2 because the 2 people involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair.
But like, what
So
the
on
fuck?
on the same
Yeah, that's
conversation,
fair.
then we have
Take it out of the oven. It's done.
yeah. So we have the next up. Then we have a bit of a scramble match then for the tag team titles, women's tag team titles, I should say. So we have the Irresistible Forces, I believe they're called, Lash Legend and Nia Jax versus Flair and Bliss, Lyra and Bailey, and then the Bellas. So
Potentially the Kabukis.
If Brie is not back in time, or Nikki back in time.
yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Only for the fact I just want to see them win 4 for Becky and Lyra.
Yeah.
I
For
want
Bayley
to
and
see
Lyra,
them.
yeah.
I
You
wanna see
mean
them-
Bailey and Lyra?
Bailey and Lyra, yeah.
Yeah, Bailey and Lyra. Sorry, the other woman that's made of horses. That if they win, I'll be super happy, and that's my anticipation for it.
Yeah.
Because they can run that division, and it'd be really fun, and it'd be good fucking wrestling, and yay, please.
Yeah,
Jesus.
this is the thing I've liked about this storyline is it's crossed the brands really, really well. The thing I love about it is it's on SmackDown, it's on Raw, and it's crossed the brands between all the teams, and they've all faced each other in the run to Mania. And I know it's textbook, but they've just done it right. They got the balance fucking spot on.
I do actually kind of
They-
agree with you on
no,
that because like they've done enough to keep it going, and I think like, and weirdly enough, like it's actually probably the first time I've actually kind of liked Nia Jax's booking because she's actually been used quite well to bring up Lash Legend, who again has limitations of her own, but the two are actually kind of complemented each other well, and it's a good example of a team that's actually like, in a weird way, the tag team title is kind of insulating them a little bit. So like the booking
they're
is
that
is
powerhouse
protecting them a bit.
team that the women's division has never had.
Well, that's
So
just
it's
it.
like,
Exactly.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
It's something fresh and new, but I'm buzzing for this.
Okay.
They're like a less sexy version of the Steiners.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Dog
yeah.
face gremlin all the fucking way.
Yeah, well, we know which one's the top face
So Dave, you went with 4. I'm again not as optimistic in a sense. I'm still going for 2 on this one. So it's down to you two lads. What heat do you think we got for this one?
I will go. I'll go similar. I'll go at 3, but I'll tell you why. For the same reason though, because I really like Bailey and Lyra, and I really hope they win. Now the thing is, because we want them to win, they won't fucking win. That's just how it goes.
Yeah,
that's exactly how it goes.
That's how it goes, right?
yeah.
People want
So-
to win. So
it seems like we're kind of averaging to a 3, possibly. So
Well, Dave, it all down to what Dave wants.
yeah, that was
Dave
Dave's
wants-
score. Sorry, yeah. What are you thinking for yourself? You go for 1 for. Oh, he's such a
3.
tease. He's
Okay.
such a tease. Okay,
He's
so we are
showing
at 3 then.
He's showing us all of his penises.
Yeah,
Lovely.
he really did.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
All
thinks
three
he's
of them.
fucking great now because he's
Satisfaction.
he thinks he's great now because he's a fucking voice actor. Ask me bollocks.
Well, I mean, we are audio only, so he does have that prerogative. In
Oh
fairness,
wow, we're in
that's
his
true.
realm. Now.
We are exactly. Yeah, yeah. No one can know that he has an egg for a head.
Oh, people know.
People know.
No,
That's true.
I have.
I love
openly
how one
embraced-
egghead says it to another. I think that's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh no, we've
Can
checked.
I-
We've checked. Mine is
Excuse
more
me.
oblong. His is actual egg.
We're 4 short of a half dozen here.
Product,
Jerry. We're very aware.
product plug. One of my favorite fictional characters is named Egg from my favorite web comic Peculiara.
Exactly. Yeah. From Rob Downey, of course. So next up then is one property for the sickos. I think Seth Rollins versus Gunter.
Fucking 0.
Want Gunter to kill him.
The
Zero.
problem is this has had 0 build, 0 hype.
Yeah.
It's got like
Yeah.
2 weeks of build and hype.
It's just
Um,
0.
If you gave it 6 to 8 weeks,
Mm.
you'd be probably
Yeah.
giving it a 4. Let's
You'd
be
be
perfect.
laughing.
You'd probably
Yeah.
4 to a 5 because this
Yeah.
this match should slap.
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
But
And it will, obviously.
there's no
Gunther
fucking,
is
there's
going to
nothing
slap
behind it.
Mm.
Yeah. But there's nothing behind it. This is probably one of the least hyped WrestleManias in fucking history.
Which is why we're doing
Ah,
heat ratings. We're gonna be
Apart
discussing-
from 2 fucking matches.
yeah.
And potentially the lowest attended Mania in a long, long time. They
Which,
only
again,
have
we'll
sold
get into,
38,000 for
this,
night
yeah.
one and
No,
41,000 for night two.
no, that's now changed. I've seen the new numbers. They're both over 40. It's still shite numbers. Let's be perfectly honest. They're still crap numbers compared to last year and the year before and the year before that.
Yeah.
They're shite numbers. Because just it's not hitting this year. And again, it's in Las Vegas again.
They'd have sold it out if it was in New Orleans, 110%.
Like, if it was a tradition that every year it goes to Las Vegas, fine, fair enough.
Maybe.
But it's not. It used to go every year to somewhere else. And
But
then
the
next, fuck the local economy.
but that's what it's for.
Vegas is expensive enough as it is.
Next year is going to be worse.
Yeah. Well, not really if it's in Indianapolis.
They have an opportunity.
Next year's it's in Riyadh. It's in Saudi Arabia.
It's in Saudi Arabia next year.
There's no way it will be. There's no way it will be. They'll change that. Indianapolis is the backup.
We'll see. So far, that's the intention anyway. So we seem to have a bit of a mixed bag for Rollins and Gunther anyway. So we have a 0 on the board for Jerry. Do we have any other zeros to speak of, or do we have any sort of heat for this match? You have 2 zeros?
0.
Fucking 2. I feel the same.
Yeah, I'm a 2 as well, so that will average down to a 1 then in the end.
A pity 2. Give him a
it has Seth Rollins in it. I fucking hate him.
As I said, I think I'm agreeing with you.
Why do you hate Rollins?
There's a lot of hate for Rollins across the IWC, to be honest with you.
I think Colby is a far more interesting character than Seth.
Roll it back to Tyler Black. Give me Tyler Black.
He, as a man, is cool as fuck. It just Seth has just been over fucking pushed and underserved. He is a ring technician. He is technically perfect. But Jerry, you should know this. It's boring being perfect.
It's like being a second rate the way he goes on. Like
he's.
Oh, don't do that.
I look at it like a television show. Mm-hmm. When he walks in, I go, "Oh, for fuck's sake!
I'm going to make a cup of tea."
Like he does nothing for me. It's just a matter. It could be a matter of taste, and I can fully swing ignorance. But I have a nice bit of heat building with him in other pastures. So
well, here's a question, right? When was the last time you did like him? Now, there's a question.
I liked what he did. I loved the match he had with Lesnar. That was great.
For me, it was when he cashed in at Mania. When he cashed in at Mania.
Jesus, how long ago was that? Like fucking 7 or 8 years ago?
I don't like the Joker style gimmick though. The laugh and the I just got on my nerves.
Well, this is why I feel like this match is hopefully a nice little character reset for Rollins. Like again, we all know why this match is on. It's because 2 of the matches they wanted to do wasn't possible.
And he's a face again.
It's well, it's not even that, but like if he can park a lot of the kind of like the wackiness that like is inherent in his character, if he can go and be something a little bit more different, a little bit edgier, and something that is at least gonna kind of click more with the current fan base, I think that might still work. And listen, even if he does win, I don't think like ultimately. I think Rollins is probably okay to lose this match in a sense. I don't think he's going to lose anything from it.
Oh, he's not winning it.
I don't think he's winning either. Yeah.
Right.
Nah,
so if
Gunther's the story of the match.
If you're billing Gunther as this killer, the career killer, retiring people, he cannot lose. Whether this is a career killer match or not, he can't lose. Gunther now has to be on this massive losing streak until he comes across the one person that he tries to retire that he can't. That's not going to happen for a long time. He's going to retire Ray, probably retire Ray. I know Ray wants...
If Ray doesn't retire himself.
Yeah, well, I know Ray, his intention is to be retired by his son in Mexico. That's what he wants. He wants to be retired in Mexico. So probably AAA, he'll retire in AAA, which I think is fitting for him. Then there's the talk of Lesnar later on this year, because Lesnar said he's only here for a short time, and that
seems to have been the favor that Gunther is planting as well, going by the promo, which is very intriguing. That could be literally like he's playing the long game, saying like, "I'll do this favor for you, but you have to feed me Lesnar."
Even that made sense. But then, and everything. Like
exactly,
it is working, but it's just it's slapdash, and it's fucking like I don't like pebble dashing. It's not me thing, and that's just what the stuff feels like. They're just throwing stones at the wall now.
This is the thing. Where does Gunther go from there?
That's the question.
Literally, he's been thrown into this match now for no fucking reason other than to just give him a match and to keep the little bit of hype on him.
Yeah,
that's all this match is for. This match is not for Rollins. This match is for Gunther.
Agreed. I'd love to see him be a new version of the APA and just have people courting him to solve their problems. and just have him be a presence on Raw or SmackDown.
They should just be like a hired gun,
just
like
have him
hired
there.
hitter. Yeah,
I
Being this
do
presence.
like that actually. Like not in the comedy sense of the APA,
No,
in a more like killer sense of the APA.
Yeah.
Oh, I
In a more
really
realistic
like that.
sense.
And then
Like
you can get a few
man for hire.
You can get a few
Yeah.
NXT boys in that he just fobs them off, and they'll do the dirty work.
As long as the fans don't start calling him the ring goon.
I hope not.
Mhm. But this is the thing. We saw that he's come out now. He's at the challenge and he's gone after Rollins. But what was the conversation with Paul Heyman backstage? Paul Heyman owes him a favor.
Yeah.
What's the favor? And I do like the intrigue. Like it goes back to when Punk was owed the favor. And it goes back to that, and they stretched that for fucking months.
Hence why it's probably Lesnar for SummerSlam. So there's a few months to plant that seed. So yeah, exactly. So then lastly then is the main event for night one. And I think this one's going to definitely split the camp, I think, or perhaps we're all agreed. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. With seemingly, apparently, Jelly Roll in Cody Rhodes' corner and Pat McAfee in Orton's corner.
Sweet suffering football for that. Listen, I'm a huge fan of Jelly Roll. I will say that. Because he has such fucking heart. Is he gonna be like a top tier wrestler? No. But my Jesus, does the man put the work in? And by all accounts, when he goes to the performance center, he goes in, he's respectful, he does everything he's asked to do, and just keeps coming back. He cleans up, he shakes hands, he does everything a new wrestler should be fucking doing, and it's height of respect to him. Absolutely, I love Jelly Roll. Should he be anywhere near in the main event? Not a fucking hope. Not a hope. I'm sorry, but no.
I agree with you.
Pat McAfee shouldn't be fucking there either.
This match, I think, is the perfect summarization why I think this WrestleMania is going to be a bit of a problem. Because ultimately, this was a perfectly good WrestleMania main event. This was, for me, one of the best feuds, best angles that WWE had going at the time being. And we had literally put out a podcast on the day. Again, not by design. It was, unfortunately, just logistical problems. But it was the fact that like all the suggestions that we had for the other person on the end of the phone were so much better than what we had ended up being, which is Pat McAfee. And again,
but I see that as being by design. They didn't want Hogan Rock where the crowd aren't cheering who they want them to.
I agree with you on that one. I feel like that's the turn the tide. Yeah.
And I agree. Ruined it. It fucking ruined it.
It ruined the
feud. They had
storyline
something, and it could have worked off that because it was natural, and Randy was getting cheered, and he's doing Big Dad Randy, and it was fucking great. And then Cody's slipping a bit, and the heat's gone off him, and that's his mentor. It was perfect, and they just fucking TKO'd all over it.
They really did. They really did.
Do you want to know something even funnier, Brian? You know that code that Dodge Ram apparently have for 25% off? It added 25% on to the ticket price, so people went to the when they went into the cart. And
we are living.
Why am I not surprised by that? But this is the thing about when you look at the two main events, and I know we're going to talk about the other main event now in a minute. But when you look at the two main events, we're setting it up. Now, I don't think it's like this anymore, but they were setting it up that it looked like Cody Rhodes was going to turn heel.
Yes.
That's the way they were setting up. And then they just did a 180 and this did with Randy. Yeah. Then Randy wasn't getting booed. Randy was getting cheered and Cody was getting... So I was like, okay, how do we fix this? And I'm sorry, but don't know. Yeah, exactly. But don't give me the bollocks of, they've been planning this for 2 or 3 months and Pat McAfee was always coming in. Bollocks! He wasn't. No fucking way.
Emmanuel over the top.
Absolutely.
It's his agent. He's his agent.
Exactly.
Imagine waking up in the morning for 4 months going, I'm going with Pat McAfee.
For anything, let alone a fucking WrestleMania angle. Just like, do you know who'd be great for that? Pat McAfee. That's the same. Do you know who'd be great for that patio?
Now, ultimately, though, do I think the way like they'll say, is he the final person? Like, I don't want to say the final boss because we know we're talking about The Rock now. But is he the final boss in this situation? I don't think so. I think something else is going to happen at Mania. Someone else is actually going to be there, and I do hope it is somebody else. But I don't want it to be ultimately to be Pat McAfee.
I would suspect that he might retroactively make it a misdirect because of how badly it's been received. Because again, I think again, I'm giving this a he rating of 1. This has utterly killed my interest in this match.
Yeah.
Like it is genuinely like it's a case where like whatever ending they have to this match, I don't think is going to satisfy me because ultimately they've already ruined it.
Yeah.
Jonathan, should we do shots at the bar for every time Cody kind of grunts or does a facial expression?
Dave,
might
I'd
make it
say
interesting.
for the
You'd
most
be
part,
fucking dead in 10 minutes.
I think for the most part I might be doing shots in the taxi home at that rate because I think I'll be full. I think I'll have had
Oh,
my
Pat
fill really.
McAfee. Sorry, we taxi's here.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh
see his
Jesus!
name.
Look, is that the time? I have to post
This
that
is-
letter. Yeah.
This is the way I look at this, right? Because I did really enjoy Pat McAfee's promo the other day. I'm going to be honest with you. Well, it's the greatest thing ever. No, but I love the fact that he gave it 25% off on the Saturday and told you not to buy tickets for the Sunday. But yet more tickets have actually been bought in the last 3 days for Sunday than were on Saturday. So it's actually whatever they were doing is actually working.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. When you let's look at what I do. So obviously, you know I do low blows.
Yes.
I do the wrestling nights in the Woolshed. When it came to last year, everyone was going for the Sunday because it was a bank holiday. So like, fuck it, go to Sunday. Sunday's the real main event. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
This year, there's no bank holiday. So everyone's like, oh, let's just go on the Saturday. But when you actually look at how things are going with it, you're like, people are a bit like, I might just go to Sunday instead because Saturday's not looking great.
Isn't it
Because
mad
it's
how like
fucking
because they've said ahead of time what the match cards are going to be, so now people know. Actually, no, the matches I want to see live are on Sunday.
Yeah.
So like it's listen, Dave. Again, we're going to go into it like after we do the heat ratings, but like WWE have tried desperately to try and get people to like this WrestleMania again, and a lot of them have failed. Which we'll get into. So
100%.
heat ratings for Cody and Orton. So I'm going for one. How many do we got? We got one. We want one for Dave.
Put your ones in the air, people.
I'll go for one. Just
And we have one, yeah. So we have one all across the board. So remarkably enough,
This
most-
should be fucking 10. Don't
It
mind
should be
5.
10.
This
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
be 10.
it should be.
And the
I
fact that it's
acknowledge
getting a
tribal
1.
queef.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we move on then to night 2, and for hopefully for better intentions, Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi.
Fucking 10 out of 10.
yeah.
10 out of
Break the
fucking
bet.
10.
We've broken the scale.
You have
Yeah.
broken the skin, and I have because I knew this match was going to come up
Yeah.
because obviously
This is
it's going
why.
to be the
Deserves.
first match. It's the first match on Sunday. Obafemi is a fucking superstar, and I mean a superstar. He is also. I was a manager in wrestling. I loved being a manager in wrestling. If somebody like Obafemi had to come along while I was doing that, he is a manager's dream.
Yep.
He
100%.
is. Let's be honest. He is the next big thing. It's the simplest fucking that.
Agreed.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, he can do a promo. My God, can he handle himself in the ring? His presence alone is just through the fucking roof. And I think the one person who was more surprised by anybody was the very first time him and Brock met in the ring 3 weeks ago when he came out.
Where he made him look so small.
Yeah, exactly. But not only that, like Brock is looking around, looking at there. Fuck me, this is going to be big. He knew this was going to be huge. You just had to look at the crowd. The crowd were chanting, and it's the Oba, boo, Oba, and it's so fucking huge. Like this is going to be absolutely. And I've said this now. I've said this on other podcasts. I've said it elsewhere. I've said it to people at Low Blows. I firmly believe number one, Obafemi going to be world champion, absolutely 100%. But not only that, he's going to main event WrestleMania within 3 years.
Yep, I think that's fair.
Simple as that.
Here's a very strange statement. The World Championship is not ready for Obafemi.
No, not yet. They just need to meet to bring him up a bit
The scene
more.
is not ready for
He
him.
is the OG style of an attraction. You want an
he's-
attraction, you go with Oba fucking Femi.
Dare we say
He
the
is
word
so-
phenom?
He's actually off. He is so blatantly obvious. It's actually off-putting. When you take the likes of a Seth Rollins and compare him to Obafemi, this is what I'm talking about. Oba is presence and look, and then you hear him talking in like out of storyline, and he's just lovely.
Yeah.
And I just wish that he is not my type of wrestler, but he's undeniable.
Yeah.
You can just look at him and go, he's so obvious. It's kind of boring. In that it doesn't. There's no novelty.
It's a
just
fait accompli
obvious.
in your head. Like that's
Like,
yeah, it's over.
the sky-
He's done.
The sky is
wins.
blue.
Yeah.
The grass is green. Oba's fucking
Obafemi.
deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I
he
mean,
just
it's
is.
funny,
There's
the-
his
the
merch
ro-
run. Like
they're rolling it back and in a way that I'm quite liking. We look at the likes of WrestleMania 3 when you had Hogan versus Andre, where Andre in this case would be over Femi, Bill Little, and
Yeah, it's a great show.
Hogan,
he can
Brock.
he is being built to be the foil to Gunther. I can that's your main eventers.
I love it.
Hopefully if they can just leave Drew alone.
Yeah, it's flashing back for me. I wish that was higher up the card. I understand Brock wants to get a job done, get out. But it's just for me, it just
but Dave, the two best, especially at WrestleMania, the two best spots at WrestleMania are the first match and the last match. The first match has them talking about it for the fucking night, and then the last match is the anticipation of the night.
And it's also the quality of it is that like those hours that I believe the first hours are on ESPN for both nights as well. So you're also getting a lot of exposure. So essentially the first hour of each show is going to be so front-loaded to get clips going. So again, I just kind of presumed what the match card was for me because this is the way I would book it. So like if say the first 3 matches were on ESPN, those are the matches I think will be better for like a kind of a casual audience. So like on night 1, definitely
the casuals don't fucking no, we have fucking fought.
Yeah.
The fucking wars. Us as Irish wrestling fans have put in the hard fucking yards to earn this fucking match. The filthiest of filthy fucking casuals don't deserve this.
They don't.
But they'll get it, and then they'll become one of us.
Exactly. We have waded through years of fucking shite.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with you. We've waded through years of shite to get to a moment like that match.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Fuck off to the casuals. This is for us. This is for the real fans.
This is throwing it back to the days of the Giants. This is for us. This is WWF as far as I'm concerned. This is your Macho Man, your Hogan, your Andre the Giant, your King Kong Bundy, your fucking. This is the big guys.
The ancient text, the solemn ancient text, as spoken by the prophet, Big E, big meaty men slapping meat.
And that's all we really want.
So
that's all we really want, Brian.
So I think it's reasonable to say we're going 5 alarm bell, 5 dings for this.
Oh yeah.
It's
easy. Yeah.
It's a 40.
Has there been a 5 yet? Actually,
no.
This is our first 5. This is our first 5 of the night. So yeah,
raise it up for me.
Yeah. So next up then is Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio.
Do it for Booker.
4.
Purely for the fact that we're going to have to catch our breath, and Sarah still has a puddle in the kitchen over it. Spooky sexy Fergal. 4.
I will go with 4 as well. Because
4 too. I think
we're not just getting Balor versus Dominic. We're getting Demon Balor versus Dominic.
And
we have not seen the Demon.
Years. Yeah.
We haven't seen the Demon since he faced Edge.
Now here's an odd one. Should they have announced it beforehand?
No.
Yeah.
Again, it's the same
That's
thing.
why it's not getting a 5.
This goes back to the conversation we're about to have. Is that WWE are trying to pull every single lever to get people in the door and for people to watch. And again, it's the same thing where like they're just trying everything. They're showing their entire hand. Again, use a Vegas metaphor. They're showing their hand here to try and get you to just watch the show. It's like this. First of all, explains quite a lot about the current product. Is that you don't trust your audience anymore. Either because audience is so diverse,
there isn't an audience, and
we're a bunch of an issue.
We're a bunch of contrarian neckbeards. Like,
fuck off! I don't like me and you have nice beards. The other 2 beards are shit, but me and you have nice beards. Like, man,
but we are contrarian as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, listen. There's no more contrarian. There's no more contrary person than Dave.
Yeah.
But like to paraphrase the great Don Marnell, that neckbeard sticks in my head perfectly. I like to call us smellies, but we're the clean version of the smellies.
Yeah, okay.
But it's just something that. There's an Irish person on the card, hooray! And I'm just like, it's just great. I'll always cheer for it, but it's the fact that he's one of our own, and he gets to do the gimmick, and that black and gold NXT run got me back into wrestling, and it's just hitting.
There's no way he's crawling down that ramp at WrestleMania.
He has the abs for it. He can do it.
But it'd be as long. No, in fairness, if he did crawl down, it'd still be shorter than an Undertaker entrance. So
it's true. This is true. Yeah, exactly.
That's very true.
And at least, I sincerely and I really fucking hope this. I really hope there's no tie-in with his makeup. I hope it is just as we remember the demon stuff, or perhaps even a new twist on it. I don't want
Just
to
the
see any
dreads,
collaboration.
the black, red, and white.
Nothing like that at all.
Demon.
Collaboration? What do you mean? But like with a brand?
Yeah, because
with a
this is what
Jordan
they do at
logo
Mania.
on the
That's what I
front.
mean. Yeah,
because he
I'll-
gets
will-
custom Jordans for every pay-per-view. So the chances are
Let's be
Jordan
honest
logo
though.
on the chest.
yeah,
Let's be honest. This is TKO. Look at all you have to do is look at the ring.
exactly. Yeah,
You know
what I
this is
mean?
what has me worried. There's going to be.
I'll be okay
big
with it
12
if they
hour
do.
energy sticker
If
on the
they
back
do
of
it,
them.
the iconic Jordan logo, but
Yeah.
it's Balor doing the pose, and we get that on a shoe. I'm okay with it then.
That works.
Don't we already? Doesn't fucking Roman Reigns already have that?
He does,
it's
yeah.
Roman Reigns doing the pose.
They
Yeah.
were a custom pair of Jordans
Yeah.
they got made. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The same
Either
guy
way,
does
we'll
it for
see.
all of them.
Yeah.
It's a waste.
Okay,
of
so
fucking shoes.
fourth all round for Balor and Dominic. Next up then for the US Championship,
Yeah.
fellow honorary Irishman Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams.
I'm
Bollocks.
going for 3 on this because Sami Zayn's a load of me hole. I just want Trick to win.
Yeah, that's a nice
Let-
middle tree. Yeah,
Let's
love
be
Trick
perfectly honest. This should be Trick Williams versus Mello. That's what
Yeah,
it
but
should
Great.
be.
100%.
Yeah.
yeah. You can see what they're doing. You know what they're doing. They're counter booking the expectation. It's a hat on a hat.
What they
Bollocks.
could, what they
It
should
be
have
a
done.
triple threat.
Yes,
Yeah.
it should have been a triple threat match. You know, if you want to have Sami Zayn in a fine, Sami Zayn's a great worker. I really like Sami Zayn, but he needs to go full heel on this.
Yeah, without question,
I'm sick of these fucking half measures. Just fucking pull the trigger.
And that
He's gonna be
promo on
grey heel.
SmackDown.
It's gonna be
Oh,
amazing.
you boo me. Oh, you boo
Mr.
me.
Mr.
Oh, but I'm
Bridesmaid.
here for the people who don't boo me. It's like, mate, everyone's fucking booing you out of the building.
Yeah. But that's proper heel, Dave. It's like, oh, but my real fans are in the audience. But that's what a heel does.
Yeah.
He said, look
Oh,
at my
but
real
not in the way
Yeah,
he
real
done
shit
it, though.
fucker.
Not in the way he done it. A pitiful beggar Bob kind of way. Like,
but
the
you're-
way
you're
the,
That's
the
by
way
design.
The Edge done it,
That's the
the
way
way
it
the
is.
Edge done it was the way to do it. When he came back and they booed him in Canada, say, "Oh, you booing me? Okay, I'm gonna run with that."
Yeah, but Sammy's not cool. He's never been cool. He will never be cool. He's
definitely not be cool. Be cool is be cool. You know.
I
so.
mean, imagine. Although he could be. I mean,
Imagine him with LA Knight.
I've never
Imagine him
seen
with LA
Sami
Knight.
Zayn and Be Cool in the same room at the same time.
This is very true, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Imagine Be Cool and LA Knight cutting a promo.
I mean, like one of them is the
Jesus
hero of the
Christ.
people, and the other
He
one is
would
Sami Zayn.
walk him all day fucking long.
He's
Yeah,
so good.
I, you know what? I don't. People have to have noticed this, but LA Knight is always stuttering through fucking promos. He always makes mistakes,
And he
It's
was
a-
an actor
it's
before
almost-
this. Isn't that funny?
It's almost as bad as his in-ring fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad because he's always like he's a great wrestler, but he's always making mistakes. There's always a botch.
No, his mistakes are always highlighted. If you ever look at how many mistakes others have made, they've made more than him. He's made 1 or 2 in the last 5 years. No joke.
But
I think what's
they're
also the problem.
real
The issue with
obvious.
LA Knight is that the ones that he's made are like pivotal in the match. Like they're in the elimination chamber or they're a rumble
Yeah.
elimination, all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Like it's
They're
they're
clippable.
highlighted and they're like center focus. Whereas some people you might not you might not see a misstep or you might not see a miscommunication.
Yeah.
But Knight's one are obvious. Is the
Yeah.
problem?
No, don't get me wrong. I absolutely fucking love
Yeah,
LA Knight. Like he in his own way, he's Stone Cold esque
Mm.
because he
He's
has
a
like
mixture of Stone Cold and The Rock.
exactly. He's very Stone Cold esque, and I do love that. And he did what's this BFT? Is that a BFT?
Yeah,
Did
Blood
finish
Force
it?
Drama.
Blood Cross Trauma, yeah.
I like it. You know, I really do. I do like his in-ring work. I think he has a great look. People saying he's too old. Fuck that shit. He's not too old. He's in the
Look at
prime
CM
of his
Punk.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the
Oh,
prime
well,
of his life.
I can argue fucking LA Knight is in far better fucking nick than CM
That's what I
Punk.
mean, though.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
far better. But you can judge LA Knight based on the ads he fucking did for Slim Jims. Like when he's gone a bit
Seven on Slim
mental,
Jim.
it's great. It's not.
He's popular.
He's-
That's the thing. Like sometimes like it's what's very hard is to have someone in the mid card who is over because the mid card keeps people penned in.
To quote Sarah, he has oomph
Yes, and that's good.
where
That's not
no
a bad
one
thing.
else has it.
Yeah.
No
So-
one else has it.
Yeah.
So go back then to Zayn Trick then. So I heard threes for some of this match. I'm a 2 personally for this match because I'm in agreement that this
Three
should have
only
been
because I
different
love
match
Trick.
even.
I'll
a
go.
sleeper.
I'll go 3.
So
I
wanna
think
see-
we need what we need is we need a double turn in this match. We need Trick to
Yeah.
go full
Yeah.
fucking face and
He's-
Sammy to go full
Yeah,
heel.
I can put on record. Didn't rate him. Saw him on the main roster. Makes complete sense.
I honestly want that entrance at Mania, but I want 17 people across in white jackets all turning at the same time. Just build it up. Just give me that Trick Williams entrance. I fucking crazy.
That would be cool. I'd like that. I'd like that. Next up then, for the Women's Championship, Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. Now, they've thrown a lot into this angle. They have accelerated the heat on this quite a bit.
Rhea has tried her best. Rhea has tried her best to bring Jade into the up to that level. She's tried her best, and then they gave Jade goons, and that's even worse because as much as I like the two that have gone with her, and they have their own talents in their own way, it's made it worse. And Rhea, God bless her, has done so much as she can to try and elevate this. But it's definitely a 1 for me because I just can't get behind Jade Cargill holding any belt in WWE.
I personally, for me, I would go just slightly higher than Dave. I'd go with 2.
So Brian went for 2 as well, and that's my score.
Brian went 2. I would go 2, and the reason I go 2 is just because it's Jade Cargill. Not Jade Cargill, it's Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
And I think Rhea will get somewhat of a good match out of her. When you look back on the Jade and Tiffany match, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It was very bad.
Anything above that is a huge improvement. So I think Rhea's just amazing.
Rhea's going to win it.
She'd be
a great transitional champion to.
I actually don't think Rhea's winning this, to be honest with you. I think this is actually more of a match to actually try and get Jade back some heat because ultimately that's what's happened to her.
Rhea a bit fucking more interesting as well.
Yeah.
It's just she's violently underserved in the division. She's like if you put fucking main fucking top fucking heat rock in TNA.
Yeah,
it's just like what the fuck? What am I doing here?
Jade is going to win the match because ultimately what Rhea actually needs is genuine competition. And again, yes, Jade is not nowhere near as good in ring as Rhea is, but it's not necessarily about that. It's about the persona. It's about the character. So like at the moment, Rhea doesn't like who will be Rhea's like actual rival in all of women's wrestling, like outside of like even WWE. There is none. So the problem is that you have to do what a lot of like people are doing is rely on the booking in order to make them a threat. So the same way that like
Rhea versus Stephanie, funnily enough.
Well, like Vicaire is a good shout, but again, it's the same thing where like Vicaire is a women's champion because she's a good wrestler. It's not because of the booking inherently.
They only want that for the pure fucking gooner bait of Got Mommy versus Got Mommy. Let's be fucking honest.
That's what Jerry wants.
Yeah, he's literally throwing his money at the screen at the moment. Like
what's that move that Stephanie Vicaire does?
Devil's Kiss.
Devil's Kiss. Yeah, Jerry wants that.
Devil's Kiss to Rhea Ripley. Do you know who'd lose his fucking mind? Poor Booker T would have a heart attack.
He'd die.
Yeah, he actually wouldn't be allowed to watch that match for his own health.
Yeah, he'd have a heart attack. The poor bastard would have a heart attack.
Okay, so we're going for 2 with Cargill and Ripley anyway. So now I have this match TBD because again it depends on what other things are happening. But potentially Asuka versus Io Sky, which is an angle that has been going on for a while. The kind of Fisher and the Kabuki Warriors freeing Kerry Zane from her like abusive relationship.
It's a TBD match.
Don't they already have? Yeah. Don't they already have seven matches in each night?
No, it's 6 on night 2.
So they do have to add something then.
Yeah, so basically kept the spot free in case the bells pass fit, and if they don't, then they get lumped into the tag team match, and seemingly night 2 might have a bit of Danhausen as a bit of a palate cleanser. So we'll see.
Well, let's hope it's not Shane McMahon coming out and blowing his quad.
Well, to be fair, I actually did find that very entertaining. So that's what you ask.
Well, he has quads just like his father, apparently.
Yeah. David's gone for 2, and I'm going for 2 as well.
Only because I know it'll be an absolute banger of a match.
Just for Asuka, hooray for Asuka! Everyone give Asuka.
Io is possibly the best women's wrestler in the world. Like,
and then
she's just so fucking good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jesus, don't tell Becky, for Jesus' sake.
The difference being, Becky's not a wrestler. She's just she's in her own fucking league. Yeah. She's not a wrestler.
Becky is a star.
Yeah.
Becky is a superstar.
Exactly.
It's simple as. She in the same way her and Rhea are being violently underserved.
Yeah, like the whole thing about Becky is they hyped Becky up that she was going to be in Star Trek. And she was in it for a sum total of about 2 lines and 30 seconds. Yeah. And I'm like, where's fucking Becky? Get more of her in here, please.
The end of the season,
she was only supposed to be in it for like 1 or 2 episodes, and that was it.
Yeah,
she wasn't killed off or anything. She just wasn't there. I'm like, what the fuck happened here?
They're
She
just
probably saw the show was going to be shite and dead, lads. I'd love to. But
Or Happy
I've got
Gilmore.
I've got me get me teeth done. Sorry, lads.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore too. Oh, I'm in Happy Gilmore. Oh no, wait, they cut me. That was Nikki Bella, wasn't it?
look, they saw even in the Iron Claw they saw sense to cut MJF.
That's true.
They know.
Yeah, this is very true. He's
Hey,
literally
listen, all great wrestling cinema, the greatest wrestler performance in cinema, the Z-Bros, Zootopia too.
So then we have our mandatory smallish match for the night, which is the 6-pack ladder match for the IC belt. We've got Penta, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio. So we have 5 high flyers and Rey Mysterio.
I love how they lied.
Woolshed crowd.
This really is just for us.
I love how they lied about this match, that everybody had qualified for it on main event. I'm like, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. There were no fucking matches. What are you talking about?
It's right there on your network. It's right there on YouTube.
Who gives a fuck? Stop making it convoluted. We don't care. This is a 5. It's gonna be car crash, and JD's gonna win to make me happy.
Jordan is falling off the tallest possible ladder onto the biggest possible table, and we all know it's gonna look fucking amazing. That's what he's there.
Can we just put fucking bubble wrap around him now, for fuck's sake?
Genuinely, I think Jordan is being told not to do a Canadian destroyer through that table.
This is like
if anyone's taken a Canadian destroyer through anything, it's going to be Jordan. It is going to be JD.
It's him.
100%.
What?
Always him.
This is like driving a Ferrari in a field to cut turf. Like, what
he
the
is
fuck?
the WWE's crash dummy. This is what JD is. For those who remember crash dummies.
But in fairness, like JD has always been like that. All the years that I would have seen him coming up as a kid, and then coming up to where he is now, he's always been like that. He just goes in and likes taking those mad risks. More like 9 times out of 10 it pays off, but then you've got like when he tries to do a moonsault
versus his own lung.
You're like,
a man so powerful he can only defeat himself.
Exactly.
Well, again, listen, it's going to be a very different. It's going to be a very different landscape, Judgment Day wise, after WrestleMania. So who knows? This could be a springboard for him. You don't know.
This is getting a 3 for me. It's going to be a spot fest ladder match as expected. It's the replacement for the Money in the Bank that used to be at Mania. It's going to be enjoyable.
TLC legacy match, really.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'll go 3 as well.
3 is my score as well. Yeah,
5. I love this shit. I love it. I love a schmoz. We
have a 3.5 then in that case, going by the maths. Very nice. And then finally, the main event of all the main events: CM Punk versus Roman Reigns.
Who gives a shit?
My biggest gripe with this match is the 40-minute entrances and the ads beforehand, where we're trying to get into the match and it's already like, is this over yet? No, it's already starting. Fuck's sake.
I'm so annoyed. I'm sitting up. Right.
Yeah. Oh dear. Now, before I give a score on this, I want everybody's opinions. How is this match going to go?
Long. It's going to go long.
I have my I do think so. I have my theory on this. So I can't remember whether it was a pay-per-view or whether it was Saturday night's main event, which is kind of a pay-per-view in it itself. Yeah. But it's only it's since the start of the year. So one of these shows, he's walking out to the ring. He's going for a match with the title and lurking in the background. And that's what WWE has been doing absolutely amazingly over the last year and a half, is the people lurking in the background. And it's such a sinister way to do things, like having people have conversations or people literally just standing there. And who was standing in the background as he's walking out? And this is the long-term shit that I do like about WWE. A lot I don't fucking like, but this shit I like was Paul Heyman. So hear me out here, okay? If this goes the way I think it's going to go, remember what I said earlier on? It was always going to be that looked like Cody Rhodes was going to turn heel at Mania. That's now completely gone out the window. So we need a big heel turn, and I think that big heel turn is CM fucking Punk. I think Punk. The Vision need a leader. They don't have a leader. Punk is that leader. I think Punk is going to turn heel. He's going to go with Heyman, and Heyman's going to help him retain the title against Roman Reigns.
He needs to go. He needs to bring back straight edge society style Punk. He needs to be the godfather, the leader, the evangelical, whatever it was he had back then, and go full pelt with it.
Just
Division is
corporate-
relevant again.
corporate man Punk. It's got he
Oh,
needs
yeah,
to wear
that's true.
suits, and he needs to just take it all. But the fact that he rallied against the ticket prices, and that was he
Back in a
nice little half pipe bomb, you know. There's something there where they don't have any tent poles to build around. Making Punk a heel, putting him in division, even makes Seth Rollins more interesting.
Yeah,
Because it's fucking fun.
because then you're going to have face Rollins versus heel Punk. Instantly, I'm already interested.
Yeah,
Hasn't happened yet. I'm already interested.
Punk with Heyman is just joy.
It is
just pure joy.
I generally don't like it when you put someone who can talk with another person that can talk because they kind of conflict. I've always thought that's what the managers are there to talk for their wrestlers. But whenever you have Punk and Heyman together, it is just gold. It is a license to print money.
My fantasy booking was he gets a load of lads from NXT.
This is what I was going to say.
That was my, if not, actually Division is far better. But I saw Faction Punk. Because he's tired, he's old, he's nearing the end. He needs to be protected, and he's still able to he can talk better than anybody. You know, in the fucking glowing fucking semblance of Roddy Piper, he's still someone who can talk them into the building. He made Pat McAfee interesting, for fuck's sake.
Well, that was my angle of it, because it's just when Jerry was talking about it, I was thinking like, well, I mean, the Shield has been the kind of the whole true line through the feud, in the sense where like the Shield was formed to try and protect CM Punk, and that kind of just didn't happen. The Shield has ended up being their own thing and forming their own legacy as a result. So if there were, now for what it's worth, I don't think this is going to be a heel turn at all. I think it's just going to be a straight up like WrestleMania main event. Like, this is just the two biggest stars in the show. Now again,
not a hope.
We're going to be talking about our favorite WrestleManias in a bit, and I think one of the WrestleManias that's bound to come up between the four of us is going to be WrestleMania 17, and I think that's a good little example of when a main event has a lovely little bit of intrigue, a little bit of buzz, a little bit of a hum, and where you don't actually quite know how it's going to go. Like, you can make this is the frustrating thing about the night one main event, because they had that with Rhodes and Orton, because you could make valid points to say Cody's not going to win that championship because we should be going into a new renaissance age of Orton. Now that you have McAfee and the entire buzzes with him, it's very clearly that Orton's probably going to win the match, because what's the point otherwise?
Yeah.
So with the Punk and Reigns one, and again, furthermore, this is also why Cody Rhodes is struggling as a babyface, because this is the exact same thing that happened last year with John Cena. So now doing the exact same angle, the exact same run up to it, in order to try and get Cody, again, another little bit of like defibrillator shock of babyface juice. So with Punk and Reigns, it's a different situation, because essentially it's going to split the crowd. It's going to split the camp in terms of people thinking it's going to be Punk or Reigns. So I'm agreeing with Jerry in the sense that something is going to happen to decide it. I just don't know what it is yet. And in a weird way, I kind of want to wait and see what it is. Again, if we had a choice, I would probably go the new Shield route and have Punk turn heel with a new Shield around him. Possibly Ricky Sainz and Ethan Page, and maybe one more. And again, using that same dynamic as the last one, you get three diametrically opposed people. So it will be Ethan Page for one, Ricky Sainz for the other, and then a complete X factor for the other. Just someone totally unexpected. That was Roman Reigns in the end.
Let's put it out there, right? Let's put it out there. Have a look at what's happening at Mania. You've got the Usos going against Division.
Yeah.
Or is that is a match, isn't it?
Yeah. The
Division versus the Usos, which show speed in LA Knight.
Yes, there you go. So basically,
CAC match. Yes.
Yeah. So it is supposed to be exactly that. It's supposed to be you have to look at it. It is the bloodline essentially when you look at it versus Division.
Yeah.
So that's the bones of it. That's what it is.
We're
going to see the use. This is the whole thing, is that they just can't leave the main event alone. Triple H can't do it. Look what happened last year. Look what happened, especially with the year before WrestleMania 40. Holy fuck. The amount of shit that happened in that main event. Now, was it absolutely amazing? Yes, it was. Like, was it the best thing that has ever happened in wrestling ever? No, but my God, watching it live, you're like, what the fuck's going to happen now? Like, Jesus Christ, what's going on here? That's what's going to happen in this. There's going to be so much going on that he just can't let the two of them have a match. It's not going to happen. You look at what happened last year with John Cena winning the title against Cody Rhodes. You've got the previous year as well, again, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. It's just been little bit mental. The main event at WrestleMania, both of them have been mental the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And this is going to be no different. This is not just going to be a normal match. At the very least, one person's coming out interfering and costing somebody the match.
Do you think Reigns can have matches? Because
I think
it's been a lot. That's true. It's been a lot of angles with Ray Roman. Like that's the thing.
I'm just thinking of his genuine health and all of that. Is he being protected? Actually, for once, for the right fucking reasons. Motherfucker is a warrior and he's an amazing human being. But I just never really. He's like so good at the slow, methodical. He was perfect for the COVID era.
He's a melodrama wrestler. That's the thing. Like it's like in a weird way, it's almost like one of the things that has carried on from the Attitude Era is that you'll always have wrestlers that have angles to go with them. So Roman Reigns in this kind of metaphor is the Undertaker. The Undertaker always had an angle following him anywhere he goes. So whether it be his own kind of spooky bullshit or it's the stuff with Kane or the stuff with Paul Bearer or stuff with Mankind. Even the latter stages with fucking Heidenreich and other people on SmackDown, there's always something with The Undertaker. It's never a day off for him in that respect. Whereas CM Punk has, in very recent history, been able to just have a wrestling match for the sake of a wrestling match. Like I'm thinking the match with Finn Balor, for example, just to say, listen, let's just have a good match between the two of us. Let's just go out there and have an exhibition. So you're only putting two people that have two very different philosophies on how they come across, in a sense where like CM Punk can just be a wrestler. There doesn't have to be any kind of vested interest or weight to him. And Roman Reigns, in a way, is the opposite. Like there always has to be something because there's such a mythos around him. That there has to be a bloodline thread to go across, or a Paul Heyman thread, or anything, because you have to lean on the past history of him. Unfortunately, Seth Rollins is probably not going to be a factor in this match, so you can't use that. Very possibly would have been because he has his own shit going on. Like what they would have really loved if fucking Dean Ambrose is available, but he's not. So they don't have that many narrative kind of levers to pull with Roman Reigns anymore. So that's why I agree with you, Jerry, in the sense that there is going to be something with CM Punk. I just don't know what it is. And I'm curious as to how it's going to go.
For me, if Rollins had the match against Braun at Mania, I would have had a different opinion about this main event. I would have said Rollins interferes because number one, he believes that's his title.
Yeah.
And he never lost it. So that's number one. But number two, who does he hate more? And then so at that point you're like, oh fuck, who? No, I didn't. The whole thing is that okay, he hates Punk, but then the history with him and Roman, and even with the main event 2 years ago, WrestleMania 40, who would he hate most? So, but that's a non-factor now because the match isn't happening with Braun. So he needs to get through that before anything else happens with the title or with Punk or with Roman. So I genuinely believe that he's not touching this main event. So if anyone is going near this main event, it's the Usos, it's the Vision, it's Paul Heyman. That is it for me. We're not going to see Braun Breaker get interfering in this because he's nothing to do with it. He doesn't have anything in the game here. This is all down to the Vision as a whole, and I believe Paul Heyman. But I'm very intrigued by what you said, Jonathan, about the possibility of a couple of people from NXT, especially ex-AEW guys.
Yeah,
because you said their names.
Process,
I'm like, oh, no, that's interesting. Because like you say, like a new Shield. I think a heel Punk with a faction is better than a Rollins heel Rollins with a faction.
Yeah,
100%.
Like I said, Saints and Ethan Page are unburdened by titles, so they are like almost certainly due a call up at this stage.
Yeah.
And again, I'd say that like if you wanted that kind of X factor in terms of like again, everyone kind of knew Rollins and Ambrose based off their kind of like their kind of indie work up to that point, so they were like known to the audience themselves. But Roman Reigns came from nowhere in a sense. So if they're going for someone like that, they're probably going to go for someone really, really raw but has an X factor, like probably Carver.
Yeah.
But again, it depends on where they go with it. This is me so completely assuming that like they have a plan here. This is the problem with like discussing WWE plans under TPO realm. It's assuming they have a plan. This could just be again like a McAfee situation and throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks.
Well, who's another Paul Heyman? There's no other Paul Heyman thread.
Lesnar. Really? But again, Lesnar's going to get demolished by Femi, so that's not going to happen. And unless Heyman's going to do some sort of deal with Gunther, that could be the deal potentially with Gunther. But again, that's also a bit of a misdirect as well.
No, I don't. I don't see Gunther there because it's a favor for Gunther. It's not a favor for Paul Heyman.
Precisely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
What the thing that has me so convinced that other people, other non-bloodline people are interfering in this is because Punk in every promo has put an emphasis on you can't do this without your family.
Yeah.
It's always about Roman's family. And something will happen, the Usos will get involved, Roman will be pissed. I want to do this on my own. I can do this on my own. Someone's going to interfere, cost him the title. That's the way. Now, ideally, I'd like somebody big to cost Roman the title, right? And
are you thinking The Rock?
If it's to be believed that The Rock is going to main event next year,
Yeah.
who's he going to main event against? It's going to be Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
so why not? Well, let's build it for a year. Start that at Mania and build it for a year. Can you imagine
We all
the
know
hype
The Rock
for
loves
that
to
match?
build stuff for a year.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? A whole year. Like, look what he did with Cena. He hosted WrestleMania. Cost Cena the main event against The Miz. The next year fought Cena for the fought Cena in main event and won, and then the following year fought Cena in main event for the title and lost. So The Rock likes building up a year. Now, again, it's all been about The Rock. It's all been about Roman Reigns' family. Who is the biggest one in Roman Reigns' family? It's The Rock. Like
I would argue Yokozuna was bigger, but
by tonnage, yes, absolutely by tonnage, yes. But when it comes to it, like when you look at like the promo that they did, was it 2 years ago, when The Rock said maybe I should sit here, or maybe I should sit at the head of the table. So they've been building this match for fucking ages. Build it from this Mania. Have it be that The Rock costs Roman the title, and goes on there. Now, how would that tie in with Paul Heyman and all that? I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here.
Probably get Punk versus Rollins at SummerSlam.
I love the idea of all of this playing out, and then Rollins, like Batman, just watches. And you just let him brood. Let that sallow-skinned hunk of a man brood. And just let him just ooze his natural fucking charisma.
Yeah.
And he'll be legendary because he's missing that fight. He's missing his Hall of Fame character because he's not there yet.
Yeah.
This Seth Rollins isn't going into the Hall of Fame going, no. That's a nostalgia.
Let's hope not. But for I do like that. I do like the fact that he would be like even standing on the stage looking, and he's like, part of him wants to laugh, part of him wants to be angry. Like Punk is just like, let's just say Punk wins because The Rock cost Roman the title.
Yeah,
he's standing there and he's like so fucking conflicted. Like, what the fuck have I just watched here?
Yeah.
Like I for me, like I think if you're you know. Roman, let's say not the bloodline, the division interferes, and we possibly get a heel turn from Punk, but it's still not enough. Like when you saw WrestleMania 17, Austin turned Vince McMahon, but by Jesus, did it take a lot for him to actually beat The Rock? The Rock just kept kicking out. And that could be something along the lines of, Roman keeps kicking out. The Vision are there. They're knocking the bollocks out. And the uses are taken out. Nobody's coming to save him. The Rock's music hits. Everyone thinks The Rock's coming to save Roman. The Rock bottoms Hogan. I kid fucking Hogan. The Rock bottoms Roman. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So, now, again, I'm saying all this. None of it's going to happen.
Well, we'll see. Again,
we're getting a normal match, and that's it.
Indeed.
I'll take a normal match. Take a normal match.
Yeah.
But
so heat wise, like this is the thing. Like I consider this is the match we've spent the most time on. So I think that kind of warrants to me that this is a 4 out of 5 heat wise because there's a lot of speculation over what's going to happen.
It is. It's drawing our imaginations to see what we really want and what we'll never get. And then act as if we thought we were actually going to get something when it's just like no 1, 2, 3 and nothing happens.
Yeah, it's a solid
because that's how WWE's been for 2 years.
WWE burned me at a low blows party when Taker lost at Mania, and I've never forgiven them since. It
was great for Casey. Casey's grief was worth it alone.
Nor have I trusted them to handle a main event well.
I
Since then,
I want to take us back to that exact moment. That exact moment. Everybody knows it's like when big things happen. You know exactly where you were when Michael Jackson died. You know exactly where you were when 9/11 happened. I know exactly where I was sitting in fucking history class. I was sitting in history class and we were told, go home, America's been attacked. I'm like, what? What the fuck? I went and found the nearest fucking telly and did that. So everybody knows where they were and exactly the exact moment when the 3 count happened and Undertaker lost. I was standing on the kind of half level. You go up the first stairs in the woodshed where the DJ box is. I was standing there. It happens. Collective silence. In the woodshed has never been quieter, except for one person going. That one person was me. I pissed myself laughing. I thought it was the best fucking thing I've ever seen. Pissed myself laughing. The collective wasn't just collective shock. The collective upset that happened 30 seconds later. Fellas crying in the toilet. Crying.
I have felt less sad at my own father's funeral than in that moment.
I had a friend who made $5,000 off that match.
A part of me died that day. And,
the aura was gone. The aura was gone after that. That's it. The Undertaker literally died that night. He never recovered. He didn't have a really good match after. He didn't have a really good match after.
He should have went away. He should have went away after that.
He should have went away at WrestleMania 28 when they had that end of an era Hell in a Cell match. Shawn Michaels, the 3 of them hooking at the end. That should have been it. He should have walked away because he would have been able to say, I had an amazing career. I didn't have a bad match at WrestleMania. Well, early career, but whatever. I ended it on a high, done. And then he had a good match with Punk. The Lesnar match was just fucking mental. He had an okay match with who was it then? The Mania after Lesnar?
I want to say
Bray
Wyatt. And then after that, then he didn't have a good match after that again.
No, like he just took Saudi money and kind of just went.
He did the Saudi money. He had the Hell in a Cell with Shane. He had the Hell in a Cell with Shane.
Yeah.
Him and Kane versus DX. Tragic. The Goldberg match. Jesus Christ. Like, lads, it literally his aura died when Lesnar beat.
It was something that was very apparent during the Goldberg match that I actively called him Mark. I was like, Mark, please stop. Please stop.
Get down off of
that. Somebody's please think of the children.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, hot take, but I don't think Goldberg should be in the Hall of Fame. The guy's the worst wrestler in the history of the business.
Well, it goes back to our argument about like sometimes the booking saves you, and Goldberg is the best beneficiary of booking that you could ever think of.
There's worse people, shitter acts and television products and pay-per-view products are in the Hall of Fame than Goldberg, and Goldberg cemented himself. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
So okay, Charmel's in there, and that just negates everything.
Hold on, the Bella twins are in there.
Yeah, that negates everything too.
Yeah, point proven. So while we're talking about WrestleMania, and obviously like we've had a lot of kind of grievances with this year's WrestleMania when it comes to even stuff like the ticket prices, some of the booking, some of the creative decisions, some of the off the wall like kind of corporate side of the wrestling aspect of it that's kind of taken over. As you said with TKO, we were complaining about them for a while. So I wanted to take us back to happier times in that respect, and I wanted to kind of use this WrestleMania as an example of a bad WrestleMania and explain what we're kind of missing in that respect. So I asked everyone at the start of the pod to mull over what they would have as what they think is the perfect or the best WrestleMania. Now, again, I feel like we're all going to go for variations of the theme here, so I have challenged everyone to try and go for. Say if one picks a certain WrestleMania, try and go for someone else, and we can kind of build up what we think is an idealistic WrestleMania from there. Sure. So, Jerry, seeing that you're last in, I'll give you first twist here. So, what WrestleMania do you think is the quintessential one? That is it's the benchmark. It's the one that everyone should be aiming to be.
I genuinely think that's a tough fucking question. Like,
Isn't
I really do.
Yeah.
That's a tough question, because there is not. Let's be perfectly honest. There is not a single WrestleMania that is 10 out of 10 perfect in terms of every match is perfect. It just doesn't happen. It's about how did a particular WrestleMania make you feel. It's like that you finish watching and went, fuck me, wasn't that great? Like there might
Yeah.
have been one or two shitty matches in between. It was like, so for me, it's always going to be 17.
Yeah, I think
It's
17 was the one
always
that
going
was
to be
proud to
17.
come up, I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's 14 all day long. You know,
Oh,
14 is my favorite WrestleMania of all time. Of all time. Because, and it's funny because Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler of all time. But when the Austin era begun, you know, that was something we had no idea at the time how
yeah.
big that was going to be. For that WrestleMania for me was the first one I ever watched live. It was the first one in a friend's house. It was the first one I ever actually got to see straight through all the matches. It was beginning of the Attitude Era. You know, it was, well, beginning of Attitude. I'm not going to say the era because, yeah, that started in '97. But it was like just the ball was starting to really fucking roll. And for me, that was like everyone was talking about it in school the next day. Everyone was, you know, either off school on a Monday because they were watching it on the Sunday. So you talk about it on the Tuesday. And if you didn't see it, you didn't know what happened. Do you know what I mean? It was just one of those WrestleManias that I'll never forget. Like I shut my eyes and I'm there, you know, Shawn Michaels, Austin, Mike Tyson. No, that was it for me.
There's a lot of, I suppose, there's a lot of aura about that show as well
Yeah.
because you got the first Undertaker Kane match
Yeah.
Mm.
that night as well. Now, was it
No.
perfect? No.
No.
But Jesus, the entrances alone.
So, okay, so we have two
You
picks
know,
here
the
for the
sticks over,
WrestleManias.
you know, the
So,
sticks over the, oh, you know, and
yeah.
even we got LOD back. LOD 2000 came
Mm.
out for the fucking Battle Royale, the tag team Battle Royale match.
Yeah.
And the dumpster match. We got Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack winning the titles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put down WrestleMania 19 here personally. And again, I'm gonna go for kind of different approaches to why I think these manias work. Even based on what you were saying there, Dave, I think like the biggest thing is like with the WrestleMania 14, I think like really the biggest approach for that for me was that there was buzz. Like having Mike Tyson as the X factor. Like everything felt like a kind of a culmination to something or a turning point, especially
They
with
did
like
that. They did that big
con
like 4,000 people presser in Boston with the ring, and
yeah,
somebody hit
absolutely.
Shawn Michaels in the
You
back of
know,
the head with a battery, and he fucked off.
And I think it was also what's very evident is that like WrestleMania like 14 was by no way and one of the biggest WrestleManias. In fact, it's probably like, down as one of the smallest in terms of attendance. But what was significant about it was that it is like it is very much WWE cornered by its rival in a sense, and and having the ability to just throw everything at it and make it a good show. But not even a good show, but make it a significant turning point in people's views of their content, in terms of their characters and all these different things. But even the match card itself, like inherently, is not going to turn like many heads. But it's what they did with that match card and how important it actually is. Again, we on a separate show we watched like through some of those main events. The Shawn Michaels like Steve Austin match is not particularly great
It's
when it
not
comes to
good.
in
It's
ring,
not great,
but
but
it is the significance of it. It is the important. It is the fact that
yeah,
like that match was the turning the passing of a torch from one top star to another, and from that point, WWE accelerated what would have been a pretty like ailing product at that point. And again, it was the buy-in of when it comes to celebrity buy-in, they got the right one in. They got Mike Tyson. Like again, the most for good and very, very bad reasons, the most relevant person on the planet at that moment in time.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
See,
know,
the difference is that's not a celebrity. That's an icon.
well, isn't that
There's
what WrestleMania is
no,
for, isn't it? Is to
there's
make
Yeah.
no,
icons.
but there's, all right, let's line up Mike Tyson
Mm,
against Jelly Roll. I like Jelly Roll. I even like I Show Speed. They're not icons.
mm,
Mm-mm. Not even close.
An icon is Mike Tyson. It's Tiger Woods.
How
It's
you say it.
Cristiano Ronaldo. It's
mm.
Lionel Messi.
It's how you say it. You say
Yeah,
Jelly Roll. You say Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know.
WrestleMania 17, crucially, I think that's also one where like that is like the,
huge.
the key one about that match for that show for me is its relevancy. It's significant for a lot of things, and I think I would have like one of my other contenders was WrestleMania 40. Funny enough, Foley for the relevance of it all is the fact that like this like WrestleMania 40 is a massive like WrestleMania for reasons that have nothing to do with wrestling. It's to do with the fact that there is a massive changeover in power in the power
Yeah,
structure of professional wrestling generally in that year, and a lot of people would have been watching the show expecting, okay, this is seemingly the start of something of a new kind of like, again, proverbial passing of the torch, but it has nothing to do with the wrestling in a sense. It's to do with the hierarchy. It's to do with the what kind of changes we're going to see just intrinsically in the show. WrestleMania 17 was that because it's the first WrestleMania where essentially it's a victory lap of the Monday Night War. They won the
Yeah.
war. They have won.
Yeah.
They WCW and ECW both dissolved within the calendar year. So what better way to basically dance on that grave is to put on the greatest wrestling show of all time? And ultimately, I think WrestleMania 17 is that. Again, I don't think it's probably the best in ring because there's a few whiffs on the card, but again, it is the fact that the three biggest draws in that match or on that show. Let's just say the TLC,
TLC too.
the
Yeah.
McMahon drama, and you have Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock.
Hey,
These are the
Gimmick
things
Battle
that
Royal
got.
was fantastic.
Well, let's not go with that. So
Hey, we got
I
Mean Gene back and Bobby Heenan.
I did like I did like that. The thing that really upsets me about that particular match is you've got me and Gene and Bobby Heenan on commentary, but you can
Yeah.
hear Bobby Heenan's voice is already starting to go
Yeah,
from having the cancer. And
Mm.
it was great
Yeah.
to see him, and it's great to see a lot of these legends back. But then when you hear him talking, you're like, oh, this is literally the beginning.
Yeah.
When he started to get sick, I'm like, nah, fuck that shit.
So like for me, so my pick personally is WrestleMania 19. And again, like it's probably second choice for me overall because again, this is the WrestleMania which I would have absorbed the most of at the time. But I think even looking back on it now, I think because again, I'm a particular fan for an ensemble cast. I don't think you can just get by with just like one or two main stars alone. I think you need the mid card holds up the main event and the undercard holds up the mid card for me. And I think when you look at the depth of whatever depth of talent you had at the time, I think WrestleMania 19 made the most of it. Where, in a sense, your kind of token Undertaker match was second on the card. It was like, right, that's irrelevant. Let's get that out of the way. But as it scaled up, as the
Yeah.
show went on, the pacing of it is phenomenal. Because bear in mind, I actually have the match card in front of me here. Shawn
Yeah, so
Michaels
do I.
versus Chris Jericho was the halfway point of the show. And that's often
Yeah.
defined to be one of the best WrestleMania matches outright. And again, there's
Yeah.
no existential need for that match. It is just a phenomenal match between two phenomenal wrestlers at the prime of their powers. Then
Yep. The
Triple H and
biggest thing
Booker
about
T,
that entire thing for
yeah,
me was Hogan and not Hogan,
McMahon,
Rock
yeah.
and Stone Cold didn't
Mm.
headline that WrestleMania.
But it was the last time that they would meet. And again, even that match
Exactly.
out of the three is probably the best match they've had out of the three. Because again, they were allowed to kind of wrestle a bit more.
Yeah.
The main event, Lesnar and Angle, again, was one of those kind of like pivotal ones. And again, if it wasn't for Lesnar landing on his head, it probably would have been kind of considered to be a much better main event. But again, it's the fact that like going into that match, these two are the best wrestlers on the roster at that moment in time. Angle
Yeah.
himself, the word I would use to for WrestleMania 19 is excellence. It is legitimately these are the best possible wrestlers we could have at this moment in time, used in the best way.
Yeah.
And again, we're using these WrestleManias to beat as a proverbial stick to beat WrestleMania 42 with.
Do you
And these are the
think,
things that are missing is excellence for me.
do you think Brock's going to try do it again?
I don't
He's
think he's
gonna
going to
try
be able to. I think.
He's
I think
going to try the shooting star again.
I think
not got
all
the
because he
legs,
might
he's too
learn,
top
might
heavy.
hurl him into a
Not
shooting star.
not at the age that he is now.
No.
When he was younger and lighter,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Nimble.
But he's not. He's
he's-
a lot heavier now. He's much
That-
bigger,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
and
it's
he's
like,
a lot older.
It's like the
Yes.
flight of an arrow. His little man bun could help him spin a bit better. You know?
That's true. A bit of aerodynamic about it, yeah. Have you got a WrestleMania for us, Brian, to add to our examples?
I not even wanting to be contrarian. And
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
based on what you have said, Jonathan, I can justify it. And I'm really looking forward to arguing about
Okay,
this.
roll. We go for it.
If you say 27, I'm going to slap you.
Yeah. WrestleMania 35.
Oh, okay. Not. Do you know what?
The
Not
last
a
one
bad
before
shout.
COVID.
Okay,
Right?
go
All
for
right,
it.
okay. I
There
can't
are
even
two-
remember
there are
most of that
two-
card.
There are two matches that can justify it outright. And it's not the ones I'm going to read, but you'll know it when you hear it. Tony Nese defeating Buddy Murphy for the Cruiserweight Championship. Remember how hot that Cruiserweight division could have been?
All
Carmella,
right, stop trolling. Stop
Carmella
trolling.
won the second annual WrestleMania Women's Battle Royale. Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins defeating. Remember the Revival? Remember they were going to save tag wrestling. Braun Strowman winning the Honorary Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Remember Strowman? Remember when he could have been good? Alexa Bliss kicked off WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan. Holy fuck.
I forgot that happened.
Seth Rollins defeating Brock Lesnar to win the Universal Championship is a fucking clinic. AJ Styles and Randy Orton.
Oh,
Shane McMahon existed and defeated The Miz.
Probably Shane's best match outside of the one he had with AJ.
The Usos.
No, wait,
Angle,
was that not the Snoop Dogg?
No, that was a few years after. That was a few years after.
Ah.
The Usos defeated Aleister Black and Ricochet, The Bar, and Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. Remember the hope we had for all of those? One of my favorite acts in wrestling ever, the Iconics. Defeating Bayley, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Tamina and Natalya, Beth Phoenix for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Kofi Kingston defeated Daniel
Bryan.
That alone justifies my choice.
Mm.
Samoa Joe. Remember Samoa Joe?
Never mind, that was on the mid card, by the way.
Yeah. Samoa Joe defeats Rey Mysterio. Roman Reigns
in a minute, by the way. That literally only lasted a minute.
Roman Reigns defeating Drew McIntyre. Cena returned as the Doctor of Thugonomics to interrupt Elias. Remember, we used to walk with him. This alone is why I should not have picked it. Baron Corbin defeated Kurt Angle. Ooh.
In his retirement match.
Hold on, this is you're trolling us big time here, Brian. Seriously.
No, you'll see.
What the fuck is the main? Hold on, what the fuck is the main event?
Oh yeah.
Balor defeats
Becky's
Bobby Lashley, and Becky Lynch defeats Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. Big time Becks.
Becky 2 belts.
That is a fucking
was this a double night or a single night?
No,
single night. This is the last single night WrestleMania matches. Because he split it to 2 nights after this because there was, if you included the pre-show, 16 matches on that card.
Yeah,
Kofi winning.
Kofi Mania.
And Becky winning alone justified that. But accidentally, it being the last one before it got split, fuck the 2 nights. New Japan did it better. WWE can barely book a single fucking show.
I would agree with you. I would agree with you.
They have watered themselves down so much that Prime seems like a viable fucking form of sustenance.
Jesus Christ,
to see Kofi Mania run wild was exactly what we love about wrestling. And that entire build for me as a fan, all of those people, all of those mid-carders, it was all perfect for me at that time. And then to see Becky win and to walk away when your team wins the fucking championship and you're walking down the road after the match and everything's good with the world.
I'm gonna say something very controversial here, Brian, and you might agree with me because literally what you just said there, I think you might do. Becky becoming Becky 2 belts and winning the main event after everything that had happened the previous month or two with her possibly getting injured, not being in the match, the controversy with Charlotte, the stuff going on with Ronda, her winning that triple threat main event was as big as Daniel Bryan winning the main event at WrestleMania 30.
It would have been if they paid it off.
If
better.
they finished it right.
Yeah. But it had the potential. That's what I walked away just from that alone. Forget looking back in hindsight. In that moment, I thought, finally, they're going to get behind the women's division. Everything's going to be right with the world. We're going to get proper fucking matches with proper fucking characters and everything is going to be great. It didn't pan out that way. If it did and they fully put the machine behind Becky, I'd agree. Fully, it could have equaled that because Daniel Bryan went on a fucking tear after that.
So would it be reasonable to say that the kind of main takeaway of WrestleMania 35 is the paradigm, is the fact that like when that show ends, it is a new season, it is a season finale, it is the start of whatever new stuff happens. So ultimately, every WrestleMania has to end with what happens next. Is the fact that this is now this is the culmination of everything that we've done for the year.
Balor getting the
something new must take its place next week.
Balor getting the Intercontinental title was like, fuck, there's the payoff from, him not getting the Universal title run and everything. I just felt healed by it. I felt healed by it. They they gave it to Kofi and we saw what happened. But just in that brief, that quiet moment, you got little quiet moments. And then Baron Corbin and Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
It's exactly what...
It's like Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental title. He had that moment in the ring. Everyone's happy, and the next night, boom, gone.
That card summarizes about a very special time in wrestling for me personally, and everything that's right about wrestling and everything that's wrong about it all at once. And I believe they have not hit their stride as a company since that moment, and they nearly got it with Cody.
Yeah.
As a moment,
the closest they've been to.
The card didn't honor it. That card's better than 40.
I agree.
There's better wrestlers. The standard of wrestlers is there. You've got Nakamura in a tag match. Fucking love that guy. Like how hot was Rusev? Fucking Rusev Day. I bought a cup.
Well done.
It's just there was so much there that could have been, and if they went that direction, we wouldn't be in the problem we're in now.
Yeah,
interesting.
Imagine the world. Imagine by the flap of the butterfly suplexed wing, that we could see the world that could have been if Becky was the fucking main attraction on Raw.
We have a TopGraps list. This is basically going to be our short list of the 10 hottest wrestlers going into now what is essentially the season finale of wrestling generally, which is WrestleMania. So I'll give a refresher of the TopGraps list as it stands. So in ascending order, in number 10 is Mike Santana. At number 9, Finn Balor. Number 8, Jacob Fatu. Number 7, Drew McIntyre. Number 6, Liv Morgan. Number 5, Gunther. Number 4, Danhausen. Number 3, CM Punk. Number 2, Randy Orton, and number 1, Obafemi. So as we do on this show, on this round, we do try and replace one name with a different one, and we should go one in, one out, and then shuffle the order to what we believe is correct. So, do we have any names you want to throw into this mix here? Again, not necessarily WrestleMania in mind, but of course we've had pay-per-views from AEW and TNA recently. AEW seemingly would have had a couple of kind of shouts there in that respect. Kenny Omega certainly seemed to have got a lot of heat. Kevin Knight won the TNT Championship, so good for him.
Give us the 4-3-2 one there again, Jonathan.
Danhausen, CM Punk, Randy Orton, and Obafemi. So on the TNA side, again, I've yet to watch TNA Rebellion, but I believe Mustafa Ali put on an absolute clinic. Wrestling wise, he certainly seems to be really making a compelling argument as top guy on the roster, as is Leon Slater. Santana doing great work as well as the main event. But the name I wanted to throw out here is actually not even remotely involved in those companies. It's actually El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
And it is, again, Triple Mania is part of WrestleMania weekend, and their main event is going to be the Grande Americano Derby between Chad Gable and Ludwig Kaiser.
Which El Grande Americano are you talking about, though?
Kaiser.
He's very good.
So, the way they've positioned it in AAA, obviously not on the main roster, but in AAA, that he's the face and the original is the heel. I'm like, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Again, that's also like it's also very true in the sense where like one ingratiated other to the culture.
That looked like a fucking shoot.
Them, but
they went at each other.
It was good.
It was brilliant.
Good.
That's you know what? That's exactly what we're missing from the main roster.
Yeah.
Intensity like that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Can you imagine if Oba and Brock did that?
Well, no one would survive.
Yeah, that's probably why you haven't done it. Did you see what happened?
Yeah.
To the security guard.
He looked like he got really fucking hurt. To be honest with you, Jesus Christ. Yeah. But I agree with you there. El Grande Americano, Kaiser Americano. Let's call him that one. Let's
go with that,
Kaiser Americano. Yes, I do agree with you. I think he 100% should be on that list. He's fantastic. Like even going as far as he's obviously learning the language. He's putting the accent on. I think he's doing a fantastic job. He really, really fucking is. I think
again,
brilliant.
he's the one person to have actually understood luchador culture. Not luchador culture, lucha culture. Like he's the one person to have looked at lucha libre and said, I can actually put on this mask and be whoever I want. That is the entire premise of it. And the fact that like he can go in and become a Grand Americano again, not even his own gimmick at the time, not even his own character, and do it better than the person who had it originally.
But
I think says so much about him as a wrestler, but also the fact that like you have Pete and Tyler just acting the bollocks around him. And again, the dynamics of it all, where like in WWE they're all laughing stocks and everyone's in on the joke, but in Mexico they are showing their appreciation for how much they've thrown themselves into it. Because again, they probably know who these people are. They don't care. They bought into the character, into the machismo of it all. And again, Kaiser is the campest human being that's ever walked into a wrestling ring outside of fucking Liberace. But who cares? The man walks like a peacock. And that's what lucha in of itself is. It's peacocking. It is literally showing yourself out for all of your colors. And Ludwig Kaiser is doing that better than anyone at the moment.
Yeah. He is fully embracing it. He is fully embracing it. He never intended to take on this gimmick because obviously Chad Gable, he got injured. They needed somebody to replace him. He never intended to take on the gimmick full time. He as a full time. But I want to put a comparison to somebody. So you look at somebody who was brought back, was in TNA, was not TNA, was in AEW, was brought back, put on absolutely amazing matches, but didn't embrace what he was supposed to be doing. Because the person I'm talking about is Andrade. He basically he has terrible English. He said you need to learn English. You need to get better. Just out and out refused. Like no, I'm not learning English, and then ultimately left the company. But literally just seemed to have like no fucking respect for the process of what was going on. If they'd put him maybe just in AAA, it might have worked because obviously AAA is in Mexico, so you get that. You look at somebody like Kaiser who's completely embraced this. He is fantastic at it. He lives the gimmick now. He absolutely, and you can just see that he loves it. And the crowd have like,
they love him.
Have you heard the pops from?
Yeah,
in AAA. Jesus Christ! Like I would argue they're as close to Oba on the main roster as you get. They're fantastic. Like they love him, but they loathe Chad Gable because Chad Gable is the man who's pretending to be a luchador, whereas Kaiser is a fucking luchador.
Yes,
absolutely, 100%. And I think it's fantastic. I think they're doing such a great. I tell you what, if there was one person that the crowd would go absolutely apeshit for to beat Dominic Mysterio for that belt, it would be Kaiser.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's probably what they're building to as well. Is that
the far gone conclusion that Kaiser's keeping the mask and Chad's losing?
Truth be told, I think like again, this is the conundrum that the booker, Mr. Mark Calloway, has is which way do you go? Do you continue with the nuclear heat and unmask the imposter Grande Americano, or do you go over the catharsis and reveal Chad Gable to be the fraud all along? This is the conundrum, and again, I think that is like such a first world problem for a booker to go. Like both of these are the right answer because the angle's been booked so well. So what do you do?
You can only do it once, and it means Chad Gable gets to go back to WWE and tear their fucking arses out from underneath them.
Agreed.
That's the other part of it as well. The fact that like you are now getting one of those wrestlers back. Which one is more important to you?
He's as close to Canadian redacted. I want to see him just murder everyone, but also be adorable. Like he's Kurt Angle. He is Kurt Angle, and I want to see him.
Per Gable.
Like I just really want to see him just get the fucking flowers that he's right there. Yeah. He's please. And then you can keep Americano, and then Kaiser you can dial that back in a few years as well. But you're leaving. It's money. You're leaving money on the table if you take Kaiser out of the mask.
Yeah, personally, what I'd love to see is I want to see Kaiser unmask Gable. Gable go back to the main roster, and Gable be the man who topples Penta and finally wins the Intercontinental title as Gable, not El Grande Americano.
When
Yeah.
he has that whole "I can't beat luchadors" thing, so you can pay that off, and then just let him be that fucking workhorse, and then hopefully, like, talk about a fella who took fucking chicken shit and turned it into KFC. That whole fucking shitey academy bollocks he was doing,
Yeah.
and he was still it's so fucking endearing. But a fucking clinician in the ring.
Yeah.
Yes.
My God.
So, do we have any other contenders for our top graps list outside of El Grande Americano? Gary, have you got any? Bernie, have you got any?
Not from me, anyway.
No.
Brian might.
I'd just throw Brock in.
Hmm. Yeah.
To me,
Okay.
Santana out, and just because I fucking don't give a shit about it, Gunther out, and Brock in, and Americano, plural or singular in.
Well, yeah. So we will. Like I said, we're only doing one, so it'll be a choice of that. But
Yeah, get rid of Santana for the
Yeah.
Americanos then, and
okay.
Oba's there anyway, so yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy to. I kind of
Okay.
see them as pairings and their current match types and all that
Mm.
together anyway. So
Yeah, I think it's between probably Fatu and Santana for me as a who leaves the list. I'd say, like typically just one between Drew or Fatu would probably be off the list for me
I mean,
anyway.
I'd say
Yeah,
Santana because look,
yeah,
we were TNA heavy, and we put them there just to give him his flowers, and
yeah.
they did well with the whole
I
fucking
I do
concussion
like.
deal.
I think Santana's a fantastic fucking wrestler.
Mm,
But you're looking at that list now.
Yeah.
If you're going to get rid of anyone, it would be Santana.
I agree. Yeah,
So Santana,
yeah,
but Santana for El Grande Americanos
Yes.
plural.
yeah.
Without
That's
question.
fair.
Absolutely.
And
Double
like I said,
shot.
even in the TANA sphere, I think ultimately the show now is really much like, especially since Rebellion is now starting to look very X Division oriented, which is not a bad thing at all.
No, God, no.
And especially like even again, they're going back to the roots. Like they've had James Mitchell and Nat Abyss on the show there last time as well. So like it's they're really bringing out the hits a little bit. So
Mhm.
yeah, okay. So Mike Sanders going off the list here, and El Grande's Americanos going in. So where on the list will we put El Grande? Are we looking at 10th? Or are we looking possibly higher for him?
I'd say he's a bit higher. I would slot him in at 6 and shove everyone down.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I was gonna say 5, but yeah, 6. I agree with 6.
Okay, so El Grande's Americano is sixth. So
Yeah.
by that logic, does that mean that Finn Balor's 10th? Or because now we are expecting a demon back, does he get a little bit of an uplift as well?
I'd probably swap him with. I mean,
Yeah.
this is.
Give
I
me
mean,
10 to 6, Jonathan. Give me 10
So
to 6.
so if we have El Grande at sixth, then that would by logic have Liv at seventh, Drew and Jacob eighth and
yeah,
ninth, and
fucking
Balor 10th.
put Liv close to the bin because it's been cack.
Yeah.
It's nowhere near. But all respect to the Rumble winner, and we're trying to be
I
nice.
would swap. Yeah, I would swap Liv for Balor.
Okay.
Leave
Okay.
the other two where they are, so Jacob and Drew can stay where they are.
Right to the hip, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Then you've got
So
El
that would-
Grande, and then your
Yeah.
top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then that would leave then Gunther
Of the
still
top-
fifth,
of the
Danhausen
top-
still fourth.
I would fucking because they fucking ruined it. Randy's going down somewhere. He's not in fucking 2 anymore. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I would put
Botch
him.
that.
I would just put him just above El Grande.
So we're putting Randy in
5.
fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then shove everyone up then.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Danhausen top 3. Fuck it, come
Danhausen's
on.
third, yeah.
I'm telling you now, I love Danhausen, and
Yes.
I think Danhausen should, because obviously he is a wrestler. He was hired
Mhm.
because he was a wrestler, but what they're doing with him, I think, is fantastic. And if he just spends a little bit of time in the ring, I'm happy with that. Because if he keeps people entertained, he can.
He can
I have seen some of his indie stuff because I wanted to know exactly who Danhausen was.
Yeah.
Because when the rumors were that he was going to be the person in the box, I'm like, who the fuck is Danhausen?
Who
I'm like,
is he? Oh yeah.
who is this? And I looked it up and I went, oh, like, don't be putting him in with the Miz. Put him in with somebody like I like the Miz. The Miz is a good worker, but I want somebody better. I want somebody better than
test. He's a great acid test, though.
I want somebody bigger, not bigger, but better than the Miz. And somebody that Danhausen can work with. And I think magic. I think could be magic.
Yeah.
Like, actually, can you imagine a Danhausen and Mellow match?
Anyone? See, that's where I would love, not necessarily for there to be a title, but for them to really just focus on a silly division. And just let it be cartoony and let it be Sunday morning cartoons and let everybody come in. Like, because anyone working off Danhausen has to raise their silliness levels. I saw the Bailey and Lyra backstage with him and they got goofy and silly. And I was just like, oh, he can really help people. His character is a great orbit to build a bit of silliness around, and then whoosh, off you go to the mid card or lower, upper to lower mid card.
I like the idea that like he's somehow being like chased by an actual wrestler for a match and he just keeps saying no. So the idea of like even like Ilya Dragunov going, fight me. Haha, no. It's like, fight me. No. And this is literally that is just the dynamic. It's like I want the wrestler to win a match.
Ilya gets distracted, turns back around, he's gone, but he's actually just running down the corridor.
Yeah.
And I love
beautiful.
That. I think it's brilliant. It's so entertaining. So entertaining. And ultimately that's what I want. I want to be entertained.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. And I'm kind of glad that Dave is no longer on the call because obviously I have my opinions. I do not like AEW. I gave it a chance at the start. I did. And there are certain aspects of AEW that is entertaining, but overall, it's not entertaining for me. It's not for me. No, I understand it is for other people, and that's fine. Yeah. If you love that, great. And I'm happy for you because you're enjoying something. And by all means, but it's just not for me.
Yeah,
whereas I like proper stories. And I think with Danhausen, this is a story. This is becoming a story, and this is something that you genuinely want to see. Like the reaction he's getting now is so much better than that first one. Yeah. Like so much better. But people are like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" It's brilliant.
But what was really interesting, Kenny Omega versus MJF, and then I've been I'm a YouTube wrestling fan now. I just follow things on YouTube and I see them as they arise. And I was like, oh, this should be good, And I saw the entrance for MJF coming out as the devil. And it was just off. Everything was off. There was no good wide shot. Everything was missed and he was a bit too shiny. And it was just a little bit fucking community theater. And it was just a bit crap.
The way you said that is how I describe AEW.
Yeah. And it has the potential, but I just like I like I'm a card carrying fucking neurodivergent member. I feel I can say these words. AEW is an autistic person's dinner. It's all they'll ever eat, and they love it, and they'll never let anyone else cook their sausages like that, and it has to be just like that, and they love it forever, and they're happy, and it's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
But I just get a bit bored of the same old. And WWE is shy. AEW is shy. And it's just a different form of shy. One of my best mates, Joe, says, you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. And it's just different colours of glitter. Because they're both shite. WWE is
I love that we are like doing like, here's our preview podcast for our WrestleMania. This wrestling shit is shit, isn't it? Just generally, there's actually just nothing going on.
It's all their shit.
But like
the Jaded Wrestling Fans podcast really is. A great genre.
Like me pick for my favorite WrestleMania, it has both.
Yes,
but
this
that's
is true.
Why that's why Oba and Brock, we have been fucking starved for something. And it depends on what hat you put on. You can walk in and be hyper nerdy and talk about footwork and work rate. Or you can just go yay boo, and you can enjoy it in different ways. But a great match and a great wrestler hits all of them. That's why Oba and Brock is going to hit. That's why that ladder match is tickling me, because it's just going to have fucking crazy shit. And there's nothing else that I would sit down and talk about for how many fucking hours now?
Here we are. Exactly.
I'm not doing that about fucking tiddlywinks. Because there's something that wrestling can do, which is everything.
And hopefully we get a little bit of everything this weekend at WrestleMania. I don't think we will, but as you said, Brian, we live in hope. And hope is all we have.
They might pull it out of the bag. They really might pull it out of the bag because the one thing I will say is that when you put serious pressure on Triple H, he tends to reach into that well and pluck something out of it. Now, is it gonna be perfect? No.
I figured it out.
Go
I
on.
figured it out. The person who's going to run in at the ultimate main event at WrestleMania is going to be Johnny Gargano.
And just plank.
No, it's Tommaso Ciampa, and then somebody's going to say, "Fucking hell, Triple H let himself go, didn't he?" and that's going to be our truth.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact, Ciampa, AEW.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, six degrees of Triple H separation.
Open the door, Tony.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. Actually, when you talk about like opening that door, I genuinely think Tony Khan would cream himself if Triple H had like, come on, let's work together. He would cream himself knowing that he could work with WWE, because this is a man who tried to buy WWE.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a couple of billion out, not too many billions, but it was a couple of billion out. But like we're saying like AEW is shit, but WWE is shit, but WWE is our shit.
It's a corporate shit.
If that makes any sense.
It's a shit by
Can you
design.
imagine what WWE would actually be like if Tony Khan bought it? Like,
probably less ads anyway.
But put it this way, I wouldn't be on this fucking podcast for a while.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be hiding.
I'd be like, I'm a football fan now.
Yeah. Go local sports team.
AEW is scrambled eggs. WWE is a Kay's Kitchen Carvery. It is decent food, but it's missing a bit of the home. And that's why. Fucked a lot of them. Support your local indies.
There you go. That's
you know what? Actually, I can't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I can't
Exactly,
disagree.
yeah.
I can't disagree with it. Because let's be honest, you look at any one of those rosters would not be there. Those shows would not be there. Those billionaires would not own the fucking things that they have without the fucking indies.
Agreed. It all starts from there. And who knows? Maybe down the road we're going to be doing something very indie based on this podcast. You just have to watch the space on that one. So, but until then, I'll give a little review of the top Graps list as we've just discussed. So, in the bottom, at the bottom of the ladder is Liv Morgan, Jacob Fatu, and Drew McIntyre up further forward. Then Finn Balor, our new entry in Grande Americano. Randy Orton then with Pat McAfee literally fucking anchoring him down the list. Gunther fourth. Danhausen now with his bronze medal, which you can sell on eBay. CM Punk then second, and then Obafemi top of the list, and presumably devouring the beast at WrestleMania. So with that, then we're going to draw this podcast to a close, because that is as extensive a preview as we could possibly do in this time. So I want to thank my guests, in Brian, Jerry Soul, and of course Dave, who had to jump off early, for joining us for this preview of WrestleMania. And we will be back next week with a very recent, very topical post-mortem of WrestleMania. Hopefully, it fulfills whatever expectations we had of it, as low or high as they may be, and we'll hopefully see if it ticks the box for us or not. But until then, we'll see you all on the latest bout of GrapsWatch. Any closing remarks? Anyone want to,
No, go to the World Shed the weekend, spend your money, and I'll see you there. If not, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that works too, yeah.
3 lap dances from Jerry.
Oh, fucking